pitch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my God! Wow!
Hello and welcome inside Forest Glen Park. As always, I'm Ryan Lockhart, joined by my good friend Jim Landrum. Jim, it's been a minute since we've been together, but the Foresters are still on their winning ways.
Absolutely. This Forester team has had a great year, and we're looking forward to continuing that this evening.
Jim, the Foresters come into this one 23-11 on the season, 17-6 in conference. The best mark in conference, we should make a note. The Cougars, on the other hand, 13-31, 7-14, so they're not really playing too well. Lost 12 of their last 13, 2 of them against Huntington on Friday. A big doubleheader win for the Foresters.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Those games were crucial, as this game is this evening, because this conference race is still tight. The Foresters still have work to do, and I'm sure our Hall of Fame coach, Mike Frame, has reminded them of that this evening.
Multiple Hall of Fame coach, we should say as well, Jim. And, you know, we look at how these guys have done in the series so far. I know 2 games played, but right now for the Foresters, it's been Donovan Clark has had the hot bat. He's 6 of 7, has 2 runs scored. Lichty is 3 of 8 with 3 runs scored and RBI. Perez, 4 of 4 with 8 RBIs and 1 run in that first game. He was absolutely monstrous, but for the Cougars, they really haven't had that hot bat. Vollmer, their catcher, was that guy, but now here we're going to see him off to what would have been a hot start to start the game, but a foul ball. But, Jim, why don't you take us through the St. Francis lineup here real quick before we get to the ball game?
Okay, first of all, leading off, as you said, will be the right fielder, Mikhail McCowan. Center fielder batting second, Jack Harris. Tyler Prince in the third hole at first base. Tanner Gaff hitting cleanup this evening, and he will be the third baseman. Harold Wolf hitting fifth, the DH. Caden Sullivan, the second baseman in the sixth hole. Jacob Nagy, the catcher, hitting seventh. Justice Tussing in left field, hitting eighth. And Brady Harris, the shortstop, hitting ninth. That's McCowan, Harris, Prince, Gaff, Wolf, Sullivan, Nagy, Tussing, and Harris.
And for the Foresters on the mound, Joey Butts, the freshman that, Jim, he's been no short of excellence for this, bullpen, this team. He's looked like, a seasoned junior almost with how confident he's been on the mound. Butts right now 2-2 the count, but Jim, go ahead.
Well, there's been a lot asked out of Joey so far in this season. He's come into some really big games, and he's stood tall in every game. He's done a great job for this team. We're looking for more of the same this evening.
This now a high fly ball. Gustavo's going to give look, but it's going to get foul. And Jim, Butts a guy, at the time, Marion was number 2 in conference. The Foresters were number 1. Butts pitched 2 games against Marion, and against their best pitcher, Matt Burleton, come out with 2 dubs both times. That just proves right there how big Butts is, and he's not shying away from the light by no means. And he gets Mikhail McCowan to swing there. The first batter will be set down.
Joey Butts has far exceeded any expectations. Let's take a look right here. There's a beautiful breaking ball. Looks like a strike, but it's not, and he gets his first whiff of the evening.
Second up for the Cougars will be Jack Harris, their center fielder. Harris, so far in the series, has been rather quiet. Only 1 of 7. No runs, no RBIs. He's been a guy that unfortunately has struck out quite a bit. Now he'll be looking at a 1-1 count after fouling that ball off.
Well, don't let that fool you, Ryan. He is hitting .379 in conference play. He's one of the leading hitters on his team.
The pitch now from Butts. That's a high ball there. Too high for a strike. Jim, we know Joey Butts really likes that low outside corner, but he'll work the top of that strike zone quite a bit, and especially early in the counts.
Yeah, he's got a good breaking ball, which keeps him off balance as well.
Goes to that low outside fastball, and even that's a little too low for the ump's liking.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight early, and that's normally the case. Joey's been around the zone. Just need to keep pounding the strike zone.
That pitch outside as well, and that's going to be Butts' first walk of the day. It's going to be to the center fielder, number 5, Jack Harris.
Brian, this St. Francis team, as you mentioned earlier, their record's not great. However, they have a team batting average in conference play of .307. They're one of the top hitting teams in the conference.
The Foresters, they do a good job of lowering that batting average. Jim, for them, for that pitching staff, they only allow a 262 average. So, you know, the whole David and Goliath, we've grown up with it our whole lives. Story being played out right in front of us here in the first pitch. That one a little low to Tyler Prince.
Well, it's well documented that St. Francis depends on their hitting. They depend on their power. The Foresters are a lot better mix of pitching, speed, and hitting.
Joey Butts in his last game had a good outing here. We see Harris dancing on first. And Butts' last game pitched 4.1 innings, had 8 hits, allowed 2 runs, both of those earned. So we see Brian Abbott come out and talk to him. He walked 3 guys, Jim, but he had 6 strikeouts as well.
Yeah, I think what's Coach Abbott's talking about right now is the fact that Joey's been behind in the count of the hitters, and you don't want to work behind. You want to work ahead in the count. And so he's just coming out, going to refocus him a little bit. Nothing wrong, just get him balanced and on the right direction and ready to go again.
And Jim, the St. Francis lineup you mentioned, they like to hit around the bases. They're a team that feels comfortable in that. The Foresters, Alex McCutcheon was on the mound for the first game of the doubleheader on Friday. 11-0 the score of that ball game. And McCutcheon, Jim, that might be the most dominant I've seen McCutcheon look since he's transferred here from Vincennes.
Well, he's had a great season. Definitely been very consistent for this baseball team. That'll be fouled down the left field line and into the creek.
And Jim, we mentioned, you know, how quiet some of those Cougar bats were. Prince, he was the guy 2 for 6 in the 2 games so far in this series. So another quiet bat for this Cougar squad, but trying to wake him up this game. The runner's going to go. And Butts is just going to let him go on. That's going to be Jack Harris, the center fielder that moves up to second.
Yeah, that actually created a balk there, and Joey's just got to reset himself, focus on the hitter. Nothing hurt right there.
1 out here for Joey Butts. And the Foresters, another high pitch there. And Jim, Butts usually early on, they'll let the first guy, you know, maybe get on base, but can dial it in with the second and third guys. But so far, a 3-1 count. Butts is in the early struggle hole right now, looking for a strike. The pitch, and that's going to be a walk to Prince.
Yeah, that's not typical of Joey, so we'll hope that he can zero it in right here.
Jim, we see that one way up above the letters there on Prince.
Yeah, definitely struggling for a release point right now.
That does bring up number 25, the guy we saw pitch in the first ball game against the Foresters, Tanner Gaff.
Tanner's their cleanup hitter. He's hitting 293 in conference play with 14 RBIs.
Batting 247 overall, so it's nice to see him kind of clean it up in conference play, get a little better stroke at the clip.
The key strike right there to get ahead in the count.
That one, a little inside. Jim, we mentioned how much Butts really likes to work that top half of, you know, the batter's box. Then later in the count likes to go bottom. So far, he hasn't been able to find either of them. Right now, he's got 2 walks.
Well, Gaff being patient here, and rightfully so. After a couple of guys walk, you need to make sure you get a good pitch. Joey looking for the right combination at this point.
Jim, a beautiful day right now inside the Glen. 73 degrees out here in Huntington, Indiana. Joey Butts able to find a strike there. That'll run the count to 2-2 with 1 out and 2 men on.
Yeah, he really painted the outside corner at the knees. That was a beautiful pitch. Maybe that'll get him going here.
A little bit of wind coming across the left side of the field to the right side.
Let's tip of the cap to Gustavo Bonilla, the catcher back there. He's doing a great job blocking the baseballs in the dirt, holding the runners. That's important, not to give up free bases.
Full count right now for Tanner Gaff and the Cougars. 1 out and 2 men on. Joey Butts on the bump. Now the pitch, this one. A little hit ball right out to the outfield. That's going to get out. Harris is gonna come around third, and he's gonna go ahead and score from second base. The Cougars get on the board early here, 1-0.
That's unfortunate right there for Joey. He actually makes a pretty good pitch. It's in on the hands. Gaff just strong enough to muscle that one right up the middle.
Ian McCutcheon, the second baseman, trying to make a play on that, Jim, but that's one of those balls we talked about. Usually that goes the Forcers' way. We've seen him get a little chopper out, past second base, past first base, and now the Cougars, they're the one benefiting from it.
Sure like to induce a ground ball right here.
Harold Wolf up now for the Cougars. He takes a big swing.
That's
No
a
dice there.
Good fastball up in the zone. Joey just overpowered him with that one.
Wolf, the junior from East Noble, went to East Noble from Kendallville, Indiana. Jim, he's a transfer from Vincennes. Now this one, a high fly ball. Gustavo's going to give chase, but once again, this one's going to get into the bleachers.
Ron, I think if you'd leaned out, you might have got that one.
Jim, we talked about how good hands we have.
Yeah.
I think you would have had one a couple weeks ago. That was my chance. I got to get on that Gold Gloves team somehow.
There you go. You can do it, brother.
1-2 the count right now for Wolf. He's got runners on first and second. One run's already come across here early on for the Cougars. They're trying to scratch away at it once again. That ball is going to hit Wolf.
Yeah, that hit him on the foot. That'll load the bases.
And Jim, we already have some early action out there in the bullpen and just this first inning, but with the bases loaded, this has not been the start that I think Joey Butts or the Forcers envisioned so far.
No, this is a big point in the game right here. I mean, I know it's early, but you don't want to dig too deep a hole, so we'll see if Joey can get out of this one.
Caden Sullivan, the second baseman, up in the box now. Sullivan really looking to do some damage for this Cougar squad. Goes after the first one, and with only one out, no reason not to right now.
Caden Sullivan, the sixth hitter in the lineup, but he's still over 300 at 306 for this St. Francis baseball team.
Sullivan's also got 16 RBIs on the season.
Infielders at double play depth up the middle.
That ball a little outside. Gustavo able to stop it and calls for a time. And Jim, he'll go ahead and talk out to the freshman, Joey Butts. Jim, what do you think's been the reason we've seen Butts struggle a little bit here so far?
Well, that's always hard to say, Ryan. I mean, he's been so good, and if you go out there enough, you're going to struggle once in a while. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's very confident. I believe he can still work out this inning.
Now, Jim, your son, Caleb Landrum, he's a pitcher. He has a tough inning, to start off a ball game like this. What's something, as a parent you kind of say to him?
Well, I can go you one better. I coached him for a long time, and
this one's a shot out to right field. Perez is out there. He's going to be back in front of the warning track. We're going to see Prince come up from third base. Pritchard's going to try to make a scoop on the ball, but he won't. Prince is going to come home. The runner, Gaff, from second moves up to third. Runners on the corners, and the Cougars score 2-0. They lead now.
Actually, right there, that's a good piece of hitting. He goes the other way, gets it up in the air. Perez sets himself and makes a good running throw, but there was just no way. Ball's way too deep to have any opportunity on that one.
And Jim, it looked like Perez was thinking about the guy at first base rather than the guy coming home because Prince was already halfway there.
Actually, what we were talking about before that, Ryan, is you can't get too high or too low in the game of baseball. You have to be even keel. It's a game of adversity. It's a game of failure, actually. And you just can't let anything that happens affect you. You have to be confident. You have to have a short memory and supreme confidence at all times.
Joey Butts, 2 outs now, trying to work out of this jam, has allowed 2 runs here, but can get a big third out. That would stall that third run out there on third base. And he's working against Jacob Nagy.
Ryan, another thing, a lot of great pitchers struggle in the first inning. Typically, you need to get a pitcher out in the first inning because if you let him go, he's liable to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's what we'll expect to see from Joey this evening.
This one out to right field. That's going to be foul, though. It's going to hit out where the tarp is, and that's going to put Nagy in a 1-2 hole with 2 outs. Nagy, the number 7 hitter for this Cougar squad.
Butts has made much better pitches these last couple of bats. He's looking like he's getting his feet under him.
Jim Nagy's got 2 home runs on the season.
Once again, Bonilla, that's a great block. He's saving his bases, more importantly, saving his runs.
Jim mentioned in an earlier broadcast when we saw the transfer catcher, a little bit worried, but Bonilla has been nothing short of excellent. We see him stop that ball there. That could easily be a guy moved up to second base.
Okay, we're going to go full now to Nagy.
Full count, 2 outs. Nagy at the plate.
Runners will be moving. It's a big pitch coming up right here.
Nagy is batting .316 on the year, looking to extend that. Runners go. This is a foul ball.
Beautiful breaking ball from Butts right there. That was a good piece of hitting just to foul that one off.
And Jim, Harold Wolf out there at first base, he's got to be getting tired. I've seen him go on 6 pitches now. Running at least halfway to second, so.
And he's kind of a big guy.
Full count, though. Butts the pitch. He's going to get the strikeout. Butts lets up 2, but able to come back and finish it off. The Cougars score 2 runs, and they lead the Foresters 2-0. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports. Welcome back here, Jim. We're going to take a look at the strikeout. Great placement by Butts. Getting Nagy to swing on it. We talked about that down and away pitch. It's where Butts wants to work his magic.
Yeah, he took a little bit off there, really had him off balance, and that's a gutsy pitch. 3-2. He trusted his stuff, and he got a big out.
Jim, it was the Cougar bats that got hot first. The Forester bats are up now. Why don't you go ahead and take us through a lineup? Maybe do a little bit of your magic and see if you can get their magic going here.
We'll give it our best shot. Leading off for the Foresters tonight, the D-Train, Donovan Clark, the center fielder. Batting second, Daniel Lichty, the third baseman. Hitting third, Austin Pritchard, the first baseman. Batting cleanup, Adam Rozier, the DH. Jacob Hansen bats fifth and plays left field. Adrian Perez, the right fielder, batting sixth. Satchel Wilson, the shortstop, hitting seventh. Ian McCutcheon, the second baseman, hitting eighth. And Gustavo Bonilla, the catcher, hitting ninth. That's Clark, Lichty, Pritchard, Rozier, Hansen, Perez, Wilson, McCutcheon, Bonilla.
And on the mound for the Cougars, we have number 10, Matt Baker. Baker dealing a first pitch strike to number 5, the senior, Donovan Clark. Clark will swing at the second one. This is a high fly ball out to Mikhail McCowan. McCowan can't find it out there. Clark's going to go for 2. He'll hold up there. And wow, Clark could have went for 3 if he wanted, Jim.
Donovan Clark has been absolutely in fuego. Trust me, he is on fire. Watch this. What a great piece of hitting. Takes it the other way and deep.
Jim, that high fastball, and you mentioned Clark taking it. Mikhail McCowan just couldn't find it back there at the warning track. I don't know if he was trying to find where the wall was, where the dirt was, but nevertheless, Donovan Clark, he's on second base right now.
I think it's a little bit of all those things, Ryan. That ball had a charge in it. Daniel Lichty at the plate.
Jim, these two back-to-back are so fitting, so dangerous. Lichty lays down the bunt. Baker's going to have to make the play on it. Lichty's going to run it, and he's not going to be able to get there. But what a perfect bunt by Lichty. Maybe could have been to the third base bag a tad more, but good job by Baker to field that as the pitcher. We know that's no easy fielding job.
That's a good observation. If it's a little more down the third baseline, as you'll watch here, it would have been a base hit. Baker went about as far as he was going to go to make that play and still make the out. Credit Lichty with a great executed bunt there.
That does bring up number 26, Austin Pritchard, the transfer from California. And Pritchard will take the first one in there on the hands. Donovan Clark, the ever so dangerous, now sits at third base with one out.
Pritchard hitting .306 with 15 RBIs on the conference season.
Second pitch will be outside for Pritchard to look at. Good eye by him to watch two of them come through. And Matt Baker for the Cougars, one of their aces they like to pitch. The pitch from him now, that's a foul ball.
I would agree, Ryan. Matt doesn't have the lowest ERA on the team, but he's 4-2 in conference play. When you're playing on a team that's 7-16 and you have a 4-2 record, you're doing something right.
Jim, we mentioned how they're 12-13 in their, or 12-1 in their last 13. Baker's last outing was the one win they had. Now this one chopped off to Baker. They're going to look at Clark at home. The throw, it's not going to be there. Clark scores.
That is speed. Watch this again. Baker has to jump to his left to catch it. Probably should have just gotten the out because he had no chance against the speed of the D-train.
Jimmy looked like he wanted to go for Pritchard, but I think he also thought he could get Clark. We'll take a look at this one. And a bang-bang play right there, but Clark, he's a blur coming across there, Jim.
Well, let's face it, the train was already in the station.
Donovan will score number one for the Foresters. They'll cut this lead in half, 2-1. Now they're down. Pritchard's at first. And Adam Roser is at the plate.
Ryan, that's what the Foresters have done so well this year is play small ball. And that's manufacturing a run right there.
Roser looking at a 1-0 count. Watches that fastball in there for a strike.
Adam Roser, just such a great story. A senior leader on this team was out with an injury. Looked like it might be season ending. However, he's back and he's in rare form again, hitting like he knows how.
Jim, this at bat for Roser, number 610 in his career. So a guy since his freshman year. You know, Andy Roser was the Roser you would all say young early on, but Adam Roser was that guy. He took over that Roser last name pretty early.
Adam has been a stalwart of this program for 4 years, a fun guy to watch play.
Heads up.
Roser gets this one high. It's going to fall to the crowd. And then the bleachers right over here. And Jim, I don't know if I could have snagged that one. I might have had to call for you for that.
Well, you might have dove. I mean, it could have been a highlight play.
Hey, as long as FDN will catch it, I'll die for it, Jim. 1-2 the count to Roser. One out. Pritchard on first. And that's going to be an outside pitch for a ball.
Adam Roser hitting cleanup here for the Foresters, giving us a great at bat right here. We'll see how it ends.
Pritchard's out there on first. Roser sends this one out to right field. That's going to catch the tarp and kick foul.
Adam, a line drive hitter, but he does have enough power to climb the porch.
Jim, I remember last year in a game, Roser hit a grand slam. And it just, the fans here, they just went crazy for it. I don't think I've seen Forest Glen, maybe even with Pritchard's hit, I don't think I've seen Forest Glen get that amped up about a hit.
That's a lot of fun. We do have a nice crowd again this evening.
Yeah, once again we do, and you know, coming back from Easter break, Monday night, classes don't start till tomorrow, but everybody coming out here to support. And that's going to be a ball pitch to Roser. That's going to be a walk. Matt Baker's first one of the night.
That's a great at bat by Adam, just making sure he's swinging at strikes, works a walk, and he earned that one.
Yeah, Roser got down early in the count. Looked like he might have wanted to chase that one there, but that high pitch, too much for him. And that brings up number 7, Jake Hansen, the senior from Carroll High School.
Jake, another leader on this baseball team. He's hitting .385 in conference play and has 10 RBIs.
That's an outside pitch for a strike there. That breaking ball working for Matt Baker.
Jake's also had some very big RBIs in big situations for this team. Let's see if he can do it again this evening.
Baker in his last outing had 1 inning pitch, allowed 1 hit, 1 earned run, had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. But Jim, we mentioned in his last actual outing where he started, had 6.1 innings pitch, 4 hits, 1 run and 5 walks with 8 strikeouts. So Baker, a guy that can go the distance. This one now, a high fly ball out. That's short left field. Tussing's out there. He's gonna make the play to get out number 2 for the Foresters.
That's a good pitch by Baker right there. As you were just saying, Ryan, he is a good pitcher. This one's a little bit up in the zone, and Jake just not quite able to get on top of. Well, actually, it was a breaking ball that he did get down in there. Just made a good pitch.
Yeah, Hansen going after that breaking ball, but that does bring up number 27, Jim. They call him Poppy, Adrian Perez. And we know he's got the strength to send it yard. Did the first game out, against St. Francis. A shot that, if you ever been here to Forest Glen Park, Jim, it landed out there beside the archway. Shea Beecham, the only guy I know that's been able to hit it at least that far, and Perez matching him out there.
That is hallowed ground, and it was a cold evening, too. So that ball wasn't carrying quite as easily, and he did hit a shot.
I don't think
a 3-run shot, I believe.
It was. I don't think Perez could have caught any more of that ball at all, Jim.
No, he get all that one.
Perez finds himself in good shape right now. 2-0 the count.
Ooh, wow, what a rip. Take a look at this one. That was mano a mano, power against power. He was right on it. He just fouled it straight back.
Matt Baker staying strong on the mound. Let 1 run come across. That was the leadoff hitter, Donovan Clark. But so far has pitched pretty well. 2-1 the count. This one low to Perez.
Great job by Perez to lay off that one, and credit Jacob Nagy with good defense back there, being a wall to keep us from advancing 2 bases.
Pritchard's on second. Roser on first. 3-1 hitters count for Perez. That's outside, and that's a walk, Jim.
Ryan, this Forester team all year long has been very, very patient. They are not trying to be heroes. They're trying to get it to the next guy. Pass the baton. Keep the carousel going. Use whatever cliche you want. Good at bats, win baseball games.
Perez will draw a walk. Number 5 on the season. And that'll bring up freshman sensation number 12. Jim, you're going to hear his name quite a bit, not just tonight, but the next 3 years, I guess I should say.
Absolutely.
Now. Satchel Wilson.
Satchel Wilson's come up big in a lot of situations already for the Foresters this year. Key thing here is staying patient, getting your pitch.
On the base pass, we'll see Pritchard, Roser, and Perez. Satchel Wilson in the box, 1-0 the count. And Matt Baker looked strong early on, but has started to fade a tad bit in this early inning. And 2 straight balls there to Satchel Wilson now.
And that's a great job by Satchel right there. That's a pitch. It's up in his zone. It looks so good, but it's a ball. And if you can lay off, you're really starting to get to the pitcher.
Foresters have 2 hits in this first inning. Wilson trying to be number 3. This is a shot out. Right field. McCowan's going back. That's going to be at the warning track, and McCowan makes a play for the Cougars and gets him out of this one. Dangerous territory back there, Jim, but we'll have to see what the Cougars bats can now do. This is FDN at the Glen. And welcome back inside the Glen Ryan locker with my good friend Jim Landrum. And Jim, so far, the standings, they've changed a little bit. The Forsters, they've had some things work in their fortune. Jim, why don't you go ahead and take us through what the standings look like right now?
Yeah, it's been a very big day in conference play. Huntington stands at 17-6. Mount Vernon was 15-6 entering the day, but they were defeated in a doubleheader by Goshen to give Huntington a 2-game lead in the loss column. Marion stands at 13-9, and they're playing another game as we speak. So the Forsters are leading, but this is a key game, and they cannot sleep on St. Francis, who's a very dangerous team.
Joey Butt trying to come back in this one. Some scoring updates from earlier in the day. Iwu beat Taylor 14-1. Bethel beat Spring Arbor 7-6. We'll try to keep the scores coming in as we get them. But Jim, we have a pretty good ball game right in front of our own two eyes right now. 2-1. The Cougars lead the Forsters in this one.
Well, we've had a tremendous amount of action in just one inning of play. We have 8 more to go. What a game this should be.
Jim, so far in this 3-game series, the most the Cougars have been able to score is 2 so far, matching that total with today.
Joey Butt's looking to come back strong here in the second inning. I like the way he finished the first inning.
That strikeout had to be big for Butt's confidence. Trying to get another one. This now a shot out to the gap in left center field. Hansen's going to get out there, but Tussing is going to have a single to lead off this inning.
Yeah, not a real bad pitch right there. I think he got that a little bit up on the trademark, but he was able to just find the gap in left center. Harris is the 9-hitter for St. Francis here.
Brady Harris in the box, Tussing on first. And now Gustavo trying to catch a high one that gets away from him. That's going to move Tussing up to second now.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic of Gustavo. He is an excellent defensive catcher. Nobody's perfect.
Jim, we still have some activity out there in the bullpen. Looks like a number 20 by chance out there. Could be Brent Turner. Turner, a guy that's been pretty solid in his last couple outings, but we can say the same thing for Joey Butts. Just a tough outing to start this one. But Butts trying to come back. Tussing on second. This pitch now, a high fly ball out. Pritchard and Ian McCutcheon ranging back for it. McCutcheon's going to get there, and he catches the first out of the inning.
That's perfectly played by McCutcheon. Anytime the ball goes behind the first baseman, it's the second baseman's ball. If he can get there, Ian makes that play as well as anyone.
And Jim, you see Pritchard was playing up for the bunt there, so he had to range way back. Not saying Pritchard can't get there because we know he's got some wheels as well, but great play by Ian McCutcheon coming over from that second base spot. And that'll bring up the lead off hitter for this lineup. Mikhail McCowan, number 6. McCowan making a couple big plays in the defensive half of the inning. Not able to catch Donovan Clark's fly ball. But caught Satchel Wilson's out there to end it.
Wow. Zone seems a little bit tight at times this evening, but that's how it goes sometimes. Consistency is what you're asking for.
Yeah, and we've seen both Baker and Butts kind of struggle with the zone so far. Mikhail gets a hold of this one, but hits it foul down the left baseline.
Daniel Lichty makes the play, whether it's fair or foul. Sort of like the mailman.
No matter the weather, he's always there.
You got it.
McCowan struck out swinging his first time up. 2-1 the count right now for him. Tussing at second. Butts the pitch. And that's way outside for McCowan. Jim, right now with the Forsters at 17-6 in conference. 2 games ahead of Mount Vernon at 15-8. Obviously, you'd like a win today as you look at the pick-off at second. But the Forsters, they're sitting pretty good with that 3-game series left with Iwu right now.
Yeah, but this is a game you really need to win. Without a 2-game lead, you want to take care of business right now.
That pitch outside as well, and that's going to be a walk for McCowan. And Mike Frame's going to come out of the dugout. And Jim, that may be all we see of Joey Butts. I believe it is. We're going to take a short break right here while we see what the pitching change looks like for the Foresters. The Cougars lead this one 2-1. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
And welcome back inside Forest Glen Park. Ryan Lockhart joined with Jim Landerman. Jim's second inning, but we already have a call to the bullpen here. It'll be the other freshman, number 22, Brent Turner from Rising Sun High School in Rising Sun, Indiana, that we'll see on the mound.
Yeah, again, Brent has been very good for this Forester baseball team. His ERA in conference play is 5.85, but he's pitched much better than that, Ryan. He's done a great job.
Yeah, Butts is 1-0 on the season. Jimmy's played in 11 games total, started 3 of them, but has been a guy out of the bullpen. Looked pretty reliable for this Forester squad. Jim, right now, 27 innings pitched for Brent Turner, and he's going to be the guy they're going to call on to see if he can sit down some of this Cougar squad. They're down 2-1 right now. Tussing's on second, McCown's on first. And Jim, as the relief pitcher coming in this early, what's kind of going through your mind?
Well, again, as we said before, you've just got to stay calm. Stay in the moment, make one pitch at a time, not get too tired, too low.
Brent Turner's first pitch here. That's going to be an outside ball, and Turner coming with some heat there on that first pitch to Harris.
Just understand what you need to do and execute. That's the name of the game.
Jack Harris drew a walk his last time up. Looks to get a hit the second time. Perez is ranging out there to the right field, and he's going to run into the fence before he can get to the ball. 1-1 the count with 1 out. And you see Perez there, Jim. A speedy guy out there. The Foresters today and their pinstripes, white pinstripes. The Cougars, the black unis and gray pants. And a big swing there from Harris.
This breaking ball just falls off the table. That's a great pitch.
Brent Turner, 1-2 the count. Looking to get his first man out. And that's going to be an outside, looked like a slider almost out of his arm.
Yeah, that's a good pitch right there. He went for the outside pitch the first time, so you throw it a little farther out. You never know. That time he didn't bite.
Tussing and McCown on base for the Cougars. Brady Harris, Jack Harris that is, excuse me. Swing there, but that's a foul.
It was a good fastball in the outside corner. Just barely hung on that one.
Ground ball gets the Foresters out of this inning and away from any further danger. One out right now. This one, a shot to Satchel Wilson. He'll play the tag on second, the jump throw, and he's going to be safe at first. But Jim, what a play by the freshman Satchel Wilson at second base.
Yeah, that's a great play by Satchel right there. You'll see it again right here.
He knew McCutcheon wouldn't be able to make it there, so he decided to make the play himself.
Yeah, you could see McCutcheon was pulled over, couldn't get there. He almost pulled off that double play. Great reaction from Satchel Wilson.
Jim, we talk about it. That might have been yet another NAIA play of the week right there by Satchel Wilson. That does put runners on the corners, though. And that'll bring up Tyler Prince, the first baseman and number 3 hitter. And he'll look at a first pitch strike, something we haven't talked about a lot tonight for either of these squads.
Now, that's a great point. Turner's come in, he's getting ahead. It's always better to pitch from ahead in the count if you can.
Second pitch here. That's going to be an outside strike. And Jim, now that zone expands a little bit with Turner in there. A nice low breaking ball for Turner, though.
Well, he's hitting spots right now. He's really executing his pitches.
Prince is in a hole right now. 0-2. The check on Jack Harris at first. Jim, Tyler Prince, a guy come into this series on 11-game hit streak. First game against the Foresters, 0 hits. And the Foresters been able to keep him quiet. The run. Ian McCutcheon's going to be able to get to it. Satchel Wilson didn't pick up the play.
Oh, we've got an interference call at the plate, and the runner's called out.
That's going to be how this one ends. A little bit of controversy, but Jim, would it be any other place in here than Forest Glen Park? We'll be right back here on FDN Sports. Welcome back inside the Glen here, Jim. We're going to have to apologize to our man Brent Turner on the mound. A called third strike here. Neither of us saw it.
Well, what's interesting, Bonilla didn't know it either because he made the throw. He wouldn't have thrown if he didn't know it was a called third strike. Must have been a bit of a late call. I didn't see it being called a strike, so I just assumed interference. But you're right. Brent Turner, watch this breaking ball. Right down in the zone. That is a strike.
And Jim, I didn't see the late motion there from the ump. We'll have to excuse ourselves and we'll give a strikeout there to our man, Brent Turner. Houdini, as we love to call him up here in the box.
Houdini does it again.
Ian McCutcheon, the second baseman, will be the first one at the plate for the Foresters in this bottom half of the inning. And he's looking at a 1-1 count right now. His first at-bat of the day. That one fouled off for him.
Ian looking to get something started here for the Foresters in the bottom of the second.
Jim, Matt Baker so far, no strikeouts. And he's got 2 walks to his name. That pitch a little low for Nagy to handle. And Jim, both these pitchers, you know, Joey Butts was pulled in that half of the inning. Matt Baker, he's kind of struggled a little bit. What do you think has to go on for pitching to change here?
Well, it's simple. It's execution. Brent Turner came in. And now, don't let me say execution is simple. It's not.
Yeah.
It's hard to execute. But if you're executing, that's the answer. Joey Butts has executed all year. He's done a fantastic job for this baseball team.
This one now chopped out to Gaff at third. McCutcheon's going to try to run it out, but good throw from Gaff gets him there.
No matter how great a pitcher you are, you look at all the greats over the years, they all occasionally don't quite have the stuff they normally have. Right there, Ian just gets over the top. As you said, a nice play. Credit Baker with making a good pitch. It's the same with him. He executed that pitch. He got an out. Coach Abbott talks about it all the time. It's execution. It's hard to execute, but when you do, you're successful.
Jim, we've seen the Forsters kind of playing a little cooler weather here. So maybe Butts with, you know, a little warmer out. We mentioned 73 degrees here inside the Glen. You know, maybe not as cool as he's expected here. A little bit more movement on his pitches. But that brings up Gustavo, the catcher, for the Forsters, number 6, and he's now looking at a 1-1 count with 1 out. Following Gustavo's the top of the lineup. He'll show bunt, but he'll pull back.
Once again, good patience. Seeing pitches, getting deep in the count. That's going to take the Forsters a long way in this game if they stay patient.
2-1 the count right now for Gustavo. That's a high pitch. That'll find 3-1 now. Matt Baker not able to find it right now. He gets Gustavo swinging at a low pitch there. A nice fastball from Matt Baker.
Yeah, that was truly a good pitch from Baker. Gustavo taking a good swing.
The pitch, and that's going to be a strikeout. Gustavo's going to get sent down. Matt Baker's got his first one of the day for the Cougars.
Now, Matt really hit spots in that at bat right there. You'll see it right there at the knees. Good pitch. And now, the D train.
And Jim, that's one of those pitches Gustavo is able to hit that. That might just be a ground ball or something with how low that is.
That's true.
Donovan Clark coming up swinging at pitch number 1 as well. But that's going to be a strike for him.
Breaking ball from Baker on the first pitch.
Clark was able to get a hit his first time up. Now he's looking at an 0-2 count his second time up.
Baker seems to have settled down here in the second inning, making his pitches.
Clark had a hit, mentioned that in his first time up. That was the one. That was back to the wall. That was a double for him. He's batting .367 right now on the season. Inside pitch, and that's going to be called for strike 3. Matt Baker right now is dealing on the mound for the Cougars. Donovan's not going to like it, but we'll see what the Cougar bats can now do. This is FDN Sports. And welcome back here inside the Glen. Ryan Lockhart joined with my good friend Jim Landrum. And Jim, we got a dogfight so far here. The Cougars lead this one 2-1. Jim, everything being scored in the first inning so far.
Yeah, it's been a good ball game so far here this evening. This is a 9-inning affair, by the way.
Now Tanner Gaff gets an early foul after the first pitch.
Gaff did single to center his first time up.
Gaff pitched in the first game against the Foresters. They won that game 11-0. Now trying to do damage with his bat. But in an 0-2 hole to Brent Turner on the mound in relief for Joey Butts.
Turner with a backdoor breaking ball right there for a strike.
Turner the pitch now, that's outside. That
tries for
fastball,
another
not
one.
finding it.
Yeah, tries for another one out there, just didn't quite get it. But it's a good pitch. 0-2, you don't want to make a mistake.
That pitch is low as well to Tanner Gaff. And Gaff doing a good job getting that 0-2 hole, but now find back 2 pitches. Evening it up right now as the leadoff hitter. The pitch now, that's inside. Gustavo's
Wow.
gonna hold it. Maybe for a few seconds longer than he maybe should have, but that's another ball for a full
I
count.
can't blame him on that one. Been a little bit of a moving zone here lately.
3-2 the count, the pitch. This one to the dugout, to the Foresters. Jim Brent Turner has a 5.33 ERA overall. And he gets a strikeout here. It's Houdini, Jim. He's back. And he's breathing some life into this Forester squad.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. That's beautiful. Look at that pitch. The high cheese.
I don't know if you said the high cheese or the hot cheese, but both of them would work perfect right there, Jim.
Oh, my.
Brent Turner finding another strikeout here for the Foresters. You mentioned we kind of missed this first one, Jim. We thought something else was going on. We didn't see the strike called there. But Turner now has 2 on the mound. Turner no walks either, but a 2-0 count right now to Harold Wolf, the DH, batting in the number 5 slot. Wolf was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And Jim, all of a sudden that strike zone looks like it's shrunk once again.
Well, the word's consistency, and you like to see it. 3-0 here.
3-0 count to Wolf. This is going to be a dangerous pitch, but it's going to be an outside low pitch. That's going to see Wolf get walked this time instead of getting hit by a pitch. He'll still get on base nevertheless, but that's going to bring up number 21, Caden Sullivan. Sullivan from Lima, Ohio. With only 1 out right now for the Cougars. Trying to get Wolf moved on the base pass out there.
Brent's struggling to find the zone here a little bit right now, but we'll look for him to find it right here.
Turner checks on first, and Jim, I think I might be in the same boat as Turner. I think I'm starting to kind of struggle to find that strike zone as well from the box.
You'll be all right.
The pitch here, that's outside, but a strike there. 1-1 the count right now for Brent Turner.
Okay, that's a good pitch if you get the call.
Sullivan in the box. He'll swing at one.
Taylor
This
made.
is up the middle. Satchel touches one.
And we got
Throw
it.
to first. The double play. And the Foresters get out of this one.
The pitcher's best friend.
Mention it all the time, Jim. 2-1, the Cougars lead. This is FDN Sports.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back here. Jim Landrum, take us through this double play.
Tailor-made double play ball. There's Satchel Wilson under control, makes the flip, and we've got ourselves a 6-3 unassisted.
Jim, it looks so easy out there. Satchel Wilson, the freshman, doing it. But Jim, I'm gonna have to ask you, you're not allowed to say Taylor. You can't. Jim, we gotta remove that one.
Well, we can today because they beat Iowa in a big game today, so that was okay.
That is true. I think we can allow that in. A high fly ball here for Lichty. This one's gonna be foul.
Kind of hard to tell where that was going to be. Fair, foul, home run, or out, wasn't it? It was down the Bermuda Triangle down there.
Jim, I didn't know where to go with that one at first. I was kind of lost myself with it.
There was no way to tell.
Yeah.
Track, wall, who knows?
Even the tarps out there, Jim. Lichty in the box once again. He'll get this one out to left field. Tussing is back there, and Tussing is under it. And Tussing makes the routine pop fly play out there in left field to get Lichty out.
Yeah, right there, that ball's just a little up in the zone. Harris making some good pitches right around the edges of the strike zone right now.
Jim, definitely the power of the order up right now. Lichty leading off, Pritchard up second, and Roser following.
Big swing from Austin Pritchard.
Jim, we've seen Pritchard kind of be really dominant this year with that high fastball. We'll see if he can attack it again here. Jim looked like he was going after that one. Only a foul ball there, and that'll put him in a hole 0-2.
Austin Pritchard never gets cheated.
Matt Baker has been able to keep the Forsters a little quiet here. And a ball there to Pritchard. Baker's got 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and only 1 hit allowed in 2 1/3 innings. He's been able to slow down everything from this Forster lineup. Now a high fly ball out. Center field this time. Harris is out there, and Harris makes the catch. The Forsters now starting to get under their pitches just a little bit. 2 outs for them.
Well,
but
Harris,
that brings up senior, number 15, Adam Rozier.
Baker is working up in the zone a little bit, and the Foresters are going to have to bring him down into the hitting zone.
The first pitch here to Rozier. It's a high pitch for a ball.
I will predict this, though. If he doesn't bring it down a little bit, somebody's liable to lose one.
Jim, that's a strike there for Rozier. You hear the groans from the Forster faithful here. And Jim, if you're pitching to any of these lineups, you know, for the Forsters, I don't know which guy you try to go after because you got Rozier, Lichty, Perez, Pritchard, even Donovan. He can get in the gaps. You know, I don't know where you try to find a strikeout at.
They're all dangerous, that's for sure.
A ball there for a 3-1 count. Jim, maybe a knuckleball is the best pitch for today, but Rozier sends this a high fly ball. He wanted all of it, but he'll only get it to Sullivan at second base. That's going to get the Cougars out of this inning. Now we'll see if their bats can come back and add to it here. This is FDN Sports.
Also a reminder that restrooms are
This is how we like to do it.
Welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart with Jim Landrum. Our first hit of this inning to Ian McCutcheon at second. Jacob Nagy's not going to be able to leg it out. That's going to be the first out of the inning for the Cougars.
That's a fine play by Ian right there. Not an easy play, ranging far to his left. Makes a good dig. Stays under control for a nice play.
And Jim, so far today, we've seen 2 hits for the Foresters. 1 hit for HU, but this one now into the gap, right center field. Perez is going to go back. Clark's going back. That's Tussing out there. He's going to hold up at second. That's going to be a double with only 1 out right now for the Cougars, and that'll breathe some life into this dugout.
Well, this is a dangerous part of the game for the Foresters. Now, usually we dominate the middle innings, and that's the good news. The bad news is the longer you let a team who shouldn't be playing with you play with you, the tougher they get. We need to stop them here, and we need to get ahead in this baseball game. Look for the Foresters to do that right here in the next 2 or 3 innings.
And Jim, it just seems like the Foresters, hitting-wise, can't get anything. A big swinging strike right there from Harris.
That's a great point, Ryan. The last inning, we had 3 pop flies, and that shouldn't happen. We've got to get on top of the baseball, get some line drives going.
Second pitch here. That's a low ball for a strike there to Brady Harris. Harris will shake that one off, but a strike nevertheless there. 0-2 count now.
Well, and Ryan, let me say one more thing about the Forester hitting. Trust me, these guys can hit. They're going to get into it. And let's credit the pitcher. He's made some good pitches. He's been on the high end of the zone, but he's in the zone. We're not swinging at bad pitches. We'll get going.
Yeah, Matt Baker, a strong pitcher for the Cougars. Brent Turner, strong for the Foresters. But a little high there on that one. Jim 1-2 the count now. Tussing on second. Brady Harris in the box. And he's going to find a strikeout there.
Brent Turner absolutely coming in, getting it done right here. That's a great pitch, Ryan.
Houdini's got the hat trick right now with 3 strikeouts on the mound. And Turner's been dealing his cards so far since he's come in for Buds. That'll bring up lead-off hitter of this lineup, number 6 and right fielder, Mikhail McCowan. And a pitch that's way outside for McCowan to even think. That almost looked like an intentional outside pitch.
Yeah, it did, but credit Bonilla with doing a great job getting out there and saving a base.
Jim, you see up in the crowd there some golfers here for the Foresters, some soccer players. Now this is a shot out to Donovan Clark in center field. Clark's going back. Clark makes the catch. Jim, wow, showing off the speed, the recognition. He's got it all out there in center field.
If it comes down inside the park, he's got it.
Donovan Clark showing off his range. Now the Foresters need to show off their bats in the next half of the inning. 2-1, the Cougars lead. This is FDN Sports. And welcome back here. You see Matt Baker still on the mound for the Cougars. But, Jim, what a play made out there in center field by Donovan Clark. DJ Moore was up here with me, and he said back in Little League, you hit it anywhere in the outfield. If it's not outside of the fences, Donovan's going to come up with it.
I would agree, DJ.
Now Jacob Hansen in the box for the Foresters. We're also going to see in the number 6 hole, Adrian Perez and Satchel Wilson, the shortstop, up after him. And, Jim, I hope many more batters after that.
Well, Ryan, if we think about the Forster season, we've been outscored in the first 3 innings many times. We are entering now what we call the Forster zone. The middle innings and the late innings usually belong to the Forsters. Let's look for that same recipe to cook up a win tonight.
Jim, the Forsters scored 1 in the first inning. They've only scored 10 all season in the first, and that's their lowest run count of any inning. An outside high ball there for Jake Hansen, and he'll watch that.
This is what you would expect out of Jake. Jake grinds out at bats. He makes pitchers bring strikes.
Baker, the pitch. Hansen gets that one off. That's a high fly ball.
Boy, Jake had a pitch to hit right there. He'd love to have that one back. He took a good rip just underneath it.
Hansen so far this year batting .375. He's got 40 at-bats on the season. Hansen this one now down third base. That'll kick foul. And Thad Frame coming up with it. Showing off. He's still got those fielding abilities out there, Jim.
He's the shortstop, baby. He's still got those hands. Coach Frame making another play.
Coach Frame, a dominant guy here now. Jake Hansen. Another foul ball, and Jake starting to battle now with Matt Baker.
That's a great job right there by Jake. That's a breaking ball on the fist. That's a tough pitch, but he hung in there and fouled it off. He's looking for something he can drive now.
Jim, this is what the Forsters need, a battle right now. 57 pitches is what Matt Baker has. He's not even through 4 complete. So if we can get him up there and get some relief pitchers in here, that's going to be a strike there. Hansen thought it was a walk, but he'll have a short walk to the dugout instead.
Well, there's not a lot to say there except that's a, let's just call it a questionable strike.
But that does bring up number 27, Adrian Perez, a guy that can heat up real quick. He's kind of like the Indiana weather, Jim. Cold one day and hot the next.
You are just all over it tonight, my friend. You got it going. I was thinking the microwave because he heats it up quick.
Ooh, that's a good, Jim. I might have to steal that one from you later on in the ball game. Perez gets this one out. Gaff's got it at third base. Perez is going to try to run it out. He's going to be out. The close bang play, and Perez can't make it there. Beautiful throw from Gaff, and a strong throw, Jim.
That's an absolutely great play from Tanner Gaff. Poppy hit a bullet in the hole. Gaff makes a diving stop. Hats off for that play.
Satchel Wilson, number 12, up next. And Jim, we talked about the struggles for the Forster so far. Continuing here. This one popped up. Looks like Prince is going to have it over there in foul territory, as he does. The Forsters 3 up, 3 down. The top of the 5th. We're going to be there next. Forsters down in this one, 2-1.
This is how we like to do it.
And top of the 5th inning here is where we resume this one. 2-1, the Cougars lead your home Forsters right now. Ryan Lockhart and Jim Landrum on the call. Harris, a shot to Lichty. Lichty, the throw to first. He gets him there.
Daniel Lichty just answered Tanner Gaff. Tanner, you made a great play. What's the old saying? Anything you can do?
I can do better.
There you go.
23, the first baseman.
Daniel Lichty up. He's got to be up for, team MVP, Jim, with how big he's been offensively and defensively. We find out he can pitch. He might be a dangerous guy for us.
I'm not sure Daniel's going to be taking the mound anytime soon, but he's still a dangerous man for these Foresters.
Lichty sits down Harris. And that'll
Wow.
bring up number 23, Tyler Prince, first baseman for the Cougars.
Brent Turner just poured it right there. Apparently, a ball.
Prince, a high fly foul ball here. Got a walk in the first inning, struck out looking in the second inning. Jim will see what our man Houdini, as we love to call him, Brent Turner can do on the mound here. Prince, another foul ball.
Prince hitting a cool 349 on the season, 11 RBIs.
Jim, you mentioned how good he's been doing on the season. Only 1 of 7 so far in this series. So a guy that's gone cold with the cold weather. Now an outside pitch for Turner. That's a ball. Runs us now to a 2-2 count with 1 out and no one on. This one, a shot out right center field. That's going to be back at the wall. And that's going to be out of here. That's a home run for Tyler Prince of the St. Francis Cougars. And the Cougars extend this one 3-1. And Prince will touch them all as he comes around.
Well, you just got to credit Tyler Prince with a good piece of hitting right there. Anytime you hit an opposite field home run, you've done a great job, and he did just that.
That's number 4 on the season for Prince. And that'll be number 2. The second home run that is hit off. Brent Turner on the mound. And this one right up the middle. Turner not able to grab it. Wilson not able to grab it. And now the Cougar bats are starting to get hot here. That's Tanner Gaff, the third baseman, that able to get a single out of that.
Well, we knew coming into the game that St. Francis could swing the bats. That's no surprise. We just need to limit the damage and get up and do some damage of our own.
That's going to bring up number 4, Harold Wolf for the Cougars. 1 out for the Cougars and a first pitch strike here for Wolf. Check over on first. Jim Wolf hit by a pitch, then walked in his last 2 plate appearances. Throw back. Jim, that looked like it got him there. Pritchard, the fast tag at first.
Forster's doing a good job of keeping him close.
Pitch now, a high fly ball to Lichty. It's actually going to be caught by Satchel Wilson. Wilson calling off Lichty for out number 2.
Good job of talking there and executing not a tough play, but a play that if you don't execute it well and talk, can be a problem.
Jim Lichty right there in that area. Really didn't have to move much, but you mentioned that's a second baseman, the shortstop's job to call him off there.
Absolutely.
The freshman calling off the junior.
Great pitch by Turner, by the way.
A pitch there, and looks like Gaff's going to be back there to first. But a strike to number 21, Caden Sullivan. Make that number 2 now to Sullivan. And Turner coming back with a couple strikes.
Yeah, good slider right there.
0-2 count now. Turner the pitch. He gets him here. And they're going to say that one was fouled.
Yeah, it was a foul tip.
Jim, did you see how quick Brent Turner come from the mound there? He thought that one was fouled and still in play. That's a guy that's willing to lay out for this team, sacrifice his body.
There you go. Don't take anything for granted. Play everything.
1-2 count. Now Turner the pitch. This one up. Satchel Wilson's got it at shortstop. The throw to second. He gets him there. The Forsters are going to get out of this one, but not before the big Prince home run. 3-1. The Cougars lead this. We'll be right back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. This is FDN Sports. And welcome back here. Once again, bottom of the 5th inning. And we're going to take a replay of this one here. That's going to be the chopper out to Wilson. Go ahead and take us through it.
Well, look how Wilson just makes sure of that by going right down on his knees, making sure he can handle any kind of hop that ball takes, makes a fine play.
And that brings up his infield partner, number 4, Ian McCutcheon. McCutcheon laying down the bunt, and Gaff not able to lay out for that one. We're going to see McCutcheon, Gustavo, the number 9 hitter, and then the top of the lineup, Donovan Clark batting 3rd in this inning. Jim, bottom of the 5th inning, how big is it in this inning for the Forsters to get a run going or get some base runners or get something going offensively here?
Well, obviously you want to get started as soon as you can, but what I like right now, I don't see any panic on the Forsters' faces. They're going to go up. They've come from behind before. They know they can do it. They just have to be confident and do the things that get you there, and right there's one of them. Take a pitch, get deep in the count. Don't change anything you've been doing. You've been successful all year being patient. Stay that way.
Pitch here to McCutcheon. He'll swing at that. That's going to be a strikeout for him. And Matt Baker gets another one here. He's able to sit down yet another Forester.
That's just a great pitch by Baker right there. Take some off. Change up. Great pitch.
We're going to see a pinch hitter here for Gustavo. It's going to be number 11, Jarrett Gray, the freshman. And Jim Gray this season has been nothing short of excellent, batting .308 with 10 RBIs.
Yeah, well, he turns that up a notch in conference play. He's hitting .381, and 8 of those 10 RBIs have been in conference play, many in clutch situations.
Jim, we talk about how the frames can get all these guys peaking at the right time. Jarrett Gray, one of those guys you just mentioned there, no exception to that.
Absolutely.
First pitch to Gray, and he'll go after that one. That's going to be hit to Sullivan at second base. And Baker's going to be there for out number 2 for the Foresters.
Now batting number 5, the center fielder.
All right, there, a ball just a little bit up in the zone, and Jarrett didn't quite get it all. That's not a bad at bat, just not exactly what we're looking for right there.
And Jim, it seems like over and over again, it's been that high fastball that's really been the kryptonite for the Foresters tonight.
I would agree for the most part, although he's mixed his pitch as well. He's got the changeup going as well, a little breaking ball here and there.
Another high breaking ball there for strike number 1. 2 outs here for Donovan Clark and the Foresters. Another high pitch. That'll be a ball that time.
Good job by the pitcher there. If it's going to be called high once, you try a little higher the next time.
Baker the pitch. This one out. That's going to be in the gap. Clark's going to reach first base. He's thinking about second. He'll make the turn, but he'll come back. And Jim Clark, a guy making this defense think out there. That was Harris. We see this one shot to the gap. Caden Sullivan not able to get there. Just so quickly hit off the bat.
Well, what I like about Donovan's huge turn there, if that ball's bobbled whatsoever, he's on second base. It wasn't, so he made a smart play just to return.
Now we're going to see Matt Baker get talked to by first-year coach Dustin Butcher. Butcher taking over this program from Greg Roberts. And Jim, so far, Baker, he's had a solid outing.
Oh, he's pitching great baseball. I mean, 1 run over the first 5 innings. I think it's a great job by the St. Francis coach here to come out and slow him down a little bit. I mean, this is a big time right here. You've got the D-Train on first. He can really divide a pitcher's attention. You've got Lichty, arguably our very best hitter at the plate. Just a good time right here for the Foresters to break through.
Jim, in this situation right here, who are you more worried about? Lichty in the box or Clark at first base? They're both really dangerous and make your thoughts go haywire.
It's a great question, but you have to focus on the hitter right here because even if Clark takes second, you don't want him to do that, but you have to get the hitter out.
Clark's got 27 on the season. He'll look for number 28 here. The first pitch. There's going to be no throw. Nagy dropped it. Clark's got number 28. He's getting closer to the record, Jim.
Absolutely, and he steals third even better than he steals second, so don't fall asleep just yet.
Jim, that first pitch was a strike to Lichty. There's 2 outs. And the second one's going to be an inside strike.
Sometimes it is. Let's put it this way. Clark, the important thing about that steal is he is now in scoring position.
Quite a bit of a gap in left center. Low ball there. Nagy able to stop it.
Yeah, that's a great block by Nagy.
1-2 the count.
Lichty hitting .354 in the Crossroads League with 17 RBIs.
Baker's looking to get out of this inning. This is a shot. Right center.
Daniel Lichty does it again.
That one's back there. Clark's going to score. Lichty's going for 2. He's looking to turn and go to 3. The slide. It doesn't matter. He's in there for 3, Jim.
Daniel Lichty once again comes through for this baseball team in a clutch situation with a huge 2-out triple. He leads his team in RBIs, and he's still going. Here's the replay.
Jim, Daniel Lichty, I thought he had a home run off that one there. That'll get back to the warning track. Donovan Clark almost just having to jog home there from second, but wow, the Foresters able to get 1 run here. Only down 1, scoring with a runner at third. And Pritchard will go after pitch number 1.
Yeah, again, that pitch is just a little too much up in the zone. Pritch takes a great hack at it right there, though.
Jim Lichty leads this team with 3 triples, and that's going to make number 4. Pritchard, a high fly ball. Harris is out there at center field. He's going to get under it, and he's going to make the play. That's going to strain Lichty at third. But not before the Foresters get 1 with Donovan Clark by way of a Daniel Lichty triple. 3-2, the Cougars lead this. This is FDN Sports.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
And welcome back here, Ryan Lockhart with Jim Landrum on the call. Jim, we're going to see Jacob Nagy up for the Cougars first. Then we're going to see Justice Tussing and Brady Harris, the three batters of the inning. Brent Turner-Steele on the mound. He's looking at a strike and a ball right now. Working with the strike and a ball. And Jim, I got to give a quick shout out to Rita and Al McCrav. They're the concession workers for virtually all of the home games. And Jim, their burgers during baseball season, I know it's all about the hot dogs, but Jim, the burgers, they're fantastic.
Well, you're right. It's Rita and Al McCabe.
Excuse me on that.
But Kip Woods also gives them a hand back there with the cooking. So they do a great job.
That is true. I don't know how I can forget about Kip. Father of one of my teammates, Adam Woods.
Absolutely.
Jim, both those guys, Adam and Kip both, really good guys.
Terrific people. Kip does a lot of things for this team, as do the McCabe's.
That's an outside pitch for a ball, and Jim, I don't know if they're ever going to let me live that one down now. I might have to stay away from the concession stand for a few games.
They're forgiving.
2-2 the count right now for Nagy. This one, a shot out to Ian McCutcheon at second. McCutcheon fields it cleanly and gets out number one.
Ian with the backhand stab. He made that play look so easy, and trust me, it's not.
Jim, it almost looked like he could have ran the ball there from second base. He had so much extra time. And that'll bring up left fielder Justice Tussing. Outside pitch for a strike there. Turner able to find that outside strike zone right now.
Yeah, he's just continually hitting that outside corner. He's continually getting the head of the hitters, and that's a recipe for success.
This is a shot out to Satchel Wilson at short. Wilson gathers the throw to Pritchard, and they get him there. Another beautiful play, a textbook play, Jim.
Ryan, these two freshmen, keystone combination, shortstop and second base. It doesn't get any better than what they've done this year for any level of player, especially freshmen.
The pitch now to Harris. That's a low ball. And Jim, we mentioned it all year, how important those two have been defensively. Offensively, they've been there as well, but defensively, I don't know if you can ask any more out of two freshmen.
Well, we talked about it. They earn their keep with defense, and everything they do offensively is just icing on the cake, and they've been very good in both roles.
2-0 count now. This one, a shot out to right field. Perez is back there. He's going to be at the warning track, and he makes the catch. And he gets the Foresters out of this one. Jim, 3 up, 3 down. Houdini
Brent Turner. Who?
Houdini it is, Jim. We're going to see if the bats can stay hot in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Foresters. This is FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart, my good friend Jim Landrum. And Jim, we've had quite a bit of fun this baseball season. We're able to call a few games last baseball season. But really, it's been this year that I think I've had the most fun.
Well, Ryan, you're doing a great job. I am really pleased to be in the booth with you, and we need to give a tip of the cap to all of our crew when we get a chance.
Yeah, that is true. We have, kind of a smaller crew today, but a crew that, short notice, we were able to assemble. We got Austin up here with us, Justin Coleman, Jay Cole, as we call him, our director, Carson Watkins on camera, and Kobe Solms with us as well. And Jim, this crew, we've been together for a moment, looking to put together another great ball game, just as the Foresters are.
Yeah, right. With that pitch, Adam Rozier takes ball 3, leading off the inning.
3-0 count for Little Rose. That's going to be a strike in that bottom corner. Baker able to paint it there. We'll see if he can paint another corner here. Roser the leadoff. That's a high strike there. Roser not happy about that.
Neither's the crowd.
Roser walked, then popped out to second. Looks like he's got another pop-up, this time to Nagy. Nagy's moving with it, and he'll find that one. Roser got up 3-0. Then 3 straight strikes. And that'll set him down with a pop-out. But that does bring up another senior for the squad, Jake Hansen.
Jake had a strong at bat last time, working deep in the count with a lot of foul balls. See if he can get it going here.
First pitch to Hansen on that outside strike zone. Jim, we've seen that strike zone there. We've seen it not there. We've seen it in other places.
It's been extremely fluid.
A shot out to left field, but that one's going to go foul. Jim, that was one Hansen looked like he loaded up on, as you can say there.
Well, Jake can certainly do that. He can find the barrel and hit it a long way. Credit Baker, though. He's been working ahead in the count. He's mixing his pitches. He is up over 80 now.
Baker shakes off the first pitch. Goes with the second one there, and that's going to be called for a ball. And, Jim, that almost looked like the same spot the first strike of this at-bat was called.
Yeah, Baker wasn't real pleased with that one.
Jim, sometimes you just got to roll with the pitches as we are here. An outside one. That's 2-2 the count now.
Jake Hansen controls the strike zone. He swings at good pitches.
One out here for Hansen and the Foresters. That one low. Hansen fighting back in this count. He's run it to a full count now. And Jim, he's got the ever dangerous Poppy up behind him.
Yes, he does.
We take a look at Matt Baker there on the mound. Baker, a good outing. 4 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and 3 hits. And Hansen a foul here.
Hansen really hanging on a curveball right there. That was a great job just to foul that off. That was certainly a strikeout pitch. Another quality at bat here by Jake Hansen.
Full count, 1 out, and Hansen fouls this one off here.
He's getting a piece of everything thrown up there. Let's see if he can straighten one out. Typically, the deeper in the count you go, the more pitches you see, the more the odds favor the hitter.
Hansen waiting for one over the strike zone. That's going to be a ball, and Hansen's going to make the trot to first. And
now,
much approval of the crowd.
Well, and that's a walk that he truly earned. Jake fouled off pitches, let the bad ones go, and he sees ball 4 right there.
Jim, we're going to get a courtesy runner. What a courtesy runner it is. Number 1, Colin Landrum, the freshman from just across the road at Huntington North High School.
Well, he is quick. He has a ton of stolen bases this year.
He's got 18 of them on the season and 24 attempts, Jim.
That's some speed.
Jim, we've already seen one from Donovan Clark tonight. Do we see yet another one here from Landrum?
It could happen.
A short lead there. Perez, a big swing there at a low pitch.
Yeah, off-speed breaking ball right there by Baker, and I got to give him a lot of credit. He's really mixing his pitches. He's now over 90 here in the 6th inning.
Jim, we haven't seen Nagy make many throws out to second. Landrum gets back there, and Nagy kind of looks as a catcher right before the pitch comes in. He looks like he's trying to get in that setup position.
Oh, absolutely. He knows Landrum's reputation.
0-1 the count here for Poppy. Landrum a big leadoff. Perez a big swing.
Wow, Perez
No dice.
really had a rip at that one. I thought that was one he might tattoo.
In the on-deck circle for the Forcers, we have shortstop Satchel Wilson. 0-2 the count right now for Poppy. That's a high pitch there.
Great
That's
job.
going to be a ball.
Great job by Poppy to lay off that one because it's a high fastball that had to look a little bit like that curve that came in the pitch before, but he recognized it, laid off of it.
1-2 the count. Landrum will get back at first.
And almost a wild throw there. Nice play by Prince, the first baseman.
Jim, they're paying quite a bit of respect out to Landrum at first, and well-deserved respect. Once again, another look out there.
Landrum's really got his attention right now, and if he's not careful, he may make a mistake to Poppy.
Jim, we saw the moonshot hit in game 1. 8 RBIs in that game for Perez. And a big swing there from Perez on a breaking ball that sits him down. That'll be another strikeout there for Matt Baker.
Yeah, Baker really took something off that one. Pitch Poppy hadn't seen, at a speed he hadn't seen, I should say.
And we take a look at this one, and just a perfect breaking ball. That's going to lead to 2 outs now for the Forsters. Satchel Wilson will step in the box now, but not before Matt Baker checks over on Colin Landrum at first. Jim, a gap baseball could lead to 2 bases here for Landrum. Landrum will get back. That was a close one.
He's really making him work there. And again, with 95 pitches already in, every throw over to first base is a little more wear and tear on that arm.
No action in the bullpen right now for the Cougars. The pitch to Wilson, high.
See, he hurried that one a little bit. Good chance he makes a mistake here to Wilson, and trust me, Satchel's got the power to make him pay with a gap shot or more.
Forsters now have 94 stolen bases on the season. Jim, the record sits at 95.
It will go down.
Landrum's going to run here. The throw from Nagy. And it's going to get him. Landrum had a late jump there, but a perfect throw from Nagy. That's going to get the Cougars out of this one. Next up for the Cougars, we're going to see the top of the lineup with McCowan, Harrison, Prince. We'll be right back here. This is FDN Sports. And welcome back here. Jim, we see Landrum getting thrown out at second, and just a great job by Nagy behind the plate for the Cougars.
Well, that pitch was so high, it was almost like a pitch out. Nagy, once he had it, he was already standing, and he just made a great throw, so credit him with a big play for the Cougars.
But, Jim, we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Forsters. Brent Turner getting the relief here, but Brent Turner having a great game so far. 4.2 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run with 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. With 55 total pitches, we'll see Houdini sit down. And Jim, number 21, the junior, Mason Shinneberry, now into the ball game for the Foresters.
Yeah, Mason's one of the key pitchers on this squad. He has a 4.37 ERA in conference play. His 1-loss record is 3-2, and he has 2 saves.
A quick pitch there from Shinneberry finds the strike zone. Jim, Shinneberry, not a guy I would ever want to get in the box and try to hit against. This fastball is too much for me. McHale gets this one, a high fly ball. Perez is out there. He's trying to judge it. He loses it. Jim, that one was way in front of both Perez and Clark, just losing it up there in the lights.
Well, if you look at the sky right now, it's that time of evening when the sun is down, but yet it's kind of reflecting off the clouds, and it's a little hard to pick it up out there right now. You could see that nobody was moving. I think they just never saw it.
Jim, you mentioned how beautiful it does look out right now. You know, Forest Glen Park, always one of the parks, in my opinion, that look really good. You know, you see the blue sky behind us, the famed tree up there, out behind the flags in center field. We know a lot of the alumni always talk about that tree. But, you know, just a beautiful stadium to play in.
Oh, it's gorgeous. There's no better venue to play college baseball in. And Ryan, when the trees are a little late this year, but when you get the green leaves on the trees on top of all this, it's just beautiful. The ball pounding into the catcher's glove from a pitcher sounds like a gun going off.
1-1 the count. It'll be 1-2 now after a big swing from Jack Harris. Harris, the center fielder for the Cougars. He's got Mikhail McCowan out there at second base after a double to lead off the inning. Now this one fouled off into the dugout. Jim, the Foresters down 3-2 in this one. And the Cougars with the duck in the pond out at second and no outs, threatening to strike again.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this baseball game.
High pitch there for Shinneberry. Harris not going to swing. Jim, this is a 9-inning ball game.
Yes, it is. 2/3 of the way through, we have another 3 innings of play.
Always seems like that 7, 8, 9 is sometimes longer than the first 6, and that's going to be a strikeout. Shinneberry coming in, dealing right away.
Frozen pizza. He froze him with that one. Just a beautiful fastball.
That one in there right above the knees. And that's going to sit down Harris. But it's going to bring up Tyler Prince, who does have a hit and an RBI in this one.
It'll be power on power right here.
Jim, that RBI, a home run in his last at-bat, the top of the 5th.
Beautiful breaking ball from Shinneberry for strike 1.
Jim, you get a guy that's been looking at some slower pitches today, but you mix it up with a fast guy like Shinneberry, and we'll see if Prince can adjust to it. So far, he's the difference right now in the 3-2 ball game. Another strike there. Shinneberry is dealing right now. Jimmy's got the whole deck of cards out.
Execution.
0-2 the count, 1 out. McCowan on second. The pitch, the strike. Set him up, set him down. Mason Shinneberry is good right now.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Jim, that pitch is better than some dessert from the DC right now.
No, it's better than that.
Prince gets set down there, and McCowan so far has got that double, but that's been the only bright spot for the Cougars. Another strike, Jim. Jim, I think that's been 6 straight strikes we've seen from Shinneberry. He is not messing around on the mound.
Well, Shinneberry's pounding the strike zone, but he's not using a lot of the plate. He's hitting the edges, hitting the corners, doing a great job.
Tanner Gaff up now. He singled to center his last time out, but he struck out swinging before that. And Shinneberry's trying to make him another strikeout. He gets a big swing there from Gaff. And Jim, we haven't seen these bats for the Cougars look this quiet in quite a while.
Well, Shinneberry is truly executing right now, just coming in, throwing the heater, hitting the spots, hitting on all cylinders.
The pitch here.
Oh, my.
Ooh, Jim, I don't know where that one missed. Shinneberry doesn't either, but
Well,
Gaff is going to take that.
Let me be so bold as to say it didn't miss.
1-2 the count right now, 2 outs. And Shinneberry, he's going to take another moment here. McCowan on second. 2 outs. Outside pitch there. Good pitch from Shinneberry to try to get Gaff to reach for that.
That was a good job by Shinneberry right there. Don't give in. Make him go after your pitch. Now you come and get him.
Top of the 7th here, and these Cougars been pretty quiet here.
See
the
ya!
pitch, the strikeout. Shinneberry gets it. Didn't get it 2 pitches ago, but he does now. Gaff is gonna walk back. Wow, Jim, this is beautiful right here. Mason Shinneberry, power versus power. Shinneberry wins it. 3-2, the Cougars are up, but the Forcers are threatening in this one. This is FDN Sports.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart with Jim Landrum and the rest of the FDN crew. And Jim, I don't know if it's just me or if it's the whole Forster dugout, but that strikeout, all 3 of those strikeouts from Shinneberry have me a little amped up for these bottom 3 innings.
Well, here's the thing about it. They got a big break with a ball that's lost in the sky. Nobody's fault. It was a tough sky. But Shinneberry doesn't put his head down. He picks up his team. And that's what a good pitcher does.
Yeah, Shinneberry, the junior, come on his freshman year and really surprised the whole league. He was an all-conference guy. Struggled a little last year trying to be one of the dominant pitchers for this staff. Struggled a little early this season, but provided good outings and has really found a great spot in that bullpen.
Great job here by Wilson running the count to 3-1.
That's going to be a walk for Satchel Wilson.
He'll take ball 4, and I believe that was the 100th pitch of the game for Baker. And you stated there is action in the bullpen?
Jim, we might see the action now as we're going to see Dustin Butcher come out, and he's going to talk to Baker with Ian McCutcheon up. Gustavo Bonilla behind him in the start of the lineup, threatening. Jim Satchel able to reach on that walk. Ian McCutcheon behind him, though.
That's a great job of patience by Wilson. When you're down in the late innings, you need to take a strike. He took his strike, and he never saw another one. That's patience. That's experience beyond a freshman's typical way of going about their business. So credit Wilson with really being a leader for his team. And, wow, they're not going to take Baker out here. He's at 101 pitches, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game plays out.
Yeah, surprising action here. We do have 2 guys in the dugout, or in the bullpen, excuse me. But Baker getting the call himself. Wilson on first. McCutcheon will go after one. They're going to say he got a piece of that. Jim, the Forsters are trying to argue that hit the catcher's mitt, not McCutcheon. And Mike Frame's going to come out, and he's going to have a conversation with the home plate ump on that one. Satchel Wilson's going to stay at second for just a moment. Jim, what'd you see on that one there?
Well, I don't know if we've got the replay. It was very far inside. Couldn't tell whether it hit him, hit the bat. The Forsters, I heard them say it did not hit the bat, so they think maybe catcher's interference. Not really sure what happened on that one. Here we got a replay, see if we can tell anything.
Jim, I don't think that caught any piece of Ian McCutcheon, if you ask me.
I'm not sure they're saying it hit him. I think they're saying catcher's interference is what I heard, and I didn't see the bat hit the glove. I'm not sure what happened on that play. Here we see it again. See if we can. The catcher did flinch, like he either got hit by the ball or the bat. I'm not sure which it was.
They're going to call Wilson back to first now.
They're calling it a foul ball, and once again, I'm not surprised.
A little more adversity for this Forster squad.
Well, they keep battling, and that's what it takes. No matter what happens, keep battling.
McCutcheon an 0-1 count. Wilson's dancing on first.
Good eye by McCutcheon right there to lay off that pitch. Ian McCutcheon hitting .303 in conference play.
Jim, the Forsters only have 3 hits so far tonight. And that one fouled off. Once again, that high fastball has been the one where the Forsters swing at.
Yeah, Baker's done a good job of working up in the zone tonight.
Gustavo Bonilla in the on-deck circle to look over to Wilson. He got back, but that was a close jump. Wilson out there dancing. We see that's part of the Forsters' kind of rhythm out there, but that was a close one, Jim.
Well, again, Ryan, with 104 pitches, he's probably thrown to first base 20 times tonight.
Wilson looked like he was about to run there. And a smart move got back, though. Thad Frame at third base giving the signs. The pitch now to McCutcheon. That's going to be a ball. And that's going to run it to a 2-2 count.
Again, great job of patience here by McCutcheon. Baker looks like he's losing a little bit of command out there, but he's still dealing for his team.
Jim, Satchel Wilson has 3 steals and 4 attempts.
I don't really look for him to run right here. Landrum got thrown out. That is the tying run on first base.
The action in the bullpen has now been set down. Now
Ian McCutcheon!
This is a shot to the gap. Satchel's going to round second. He's going to third. The throw into Gaff. He's going to be out. Satchel Wilson's out, but that's going to be a double. And Thad Frame's going to come out and talk about that one. He does not like that call. A great throw by Jack Harris. Out there, center field. And Jim, a lightning throw from the outfield. Mike Frame it is that's going to talk about this one. McCutcheon gets a double, and Satchel gets thrown out at third base. Jim, we're going to take a replay of this one. Great contact by Ian McCutcheon.
That's a great shot. It's right up the alley. Credit the center fielder with making a great throw, and we'll just see what happens here. At best, he tagged him really late. I'm done talking about the umpire because I'm just done talking about him.
Been a frustrating game so far for both these teams, and I believe that's going to be the last we see of Matt Baker. Jim, we're going to take a timeout right here with both of these teams as we get a new pitcher in for the Cougars. This is FDN Sports. The Cougars lead 3-2, and the Forsters are threatening. we're going to take another look at this one. Jim, you see Thad frame, but go ahead and take us through this. It's a close play here. Satchel slides, and Thad's kind of right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have an angle really with Coach Frame doing his job. It's just a tough play. I mean, credit him for making a great play, making it close enough to be called. Whether he was there or not, I can't say, to be honest.
Jim, if Satchel isn't called out, the Foresters have a man on third and a man on second with a new pitcher and number 11, Anthony Miller, in the ballgame, but with no outs, which is maybe the most important part. Jim, we're going to take another look. And
once again, he's coming in. The throw's coming in.
It looks really close.
Yeah, actually,
one of those bang-bang plays.
Yeah, you can't fault anybody on that one. It was a bang-bang play. They got the benefit of the call, and maybe rightfully so. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, here's the key thing. We do have a man on second base. McCutcheon did take second on the throw, so we've got a guy on second. We got another angle here.
This is going to be from our home plate camera on this one.
Yeah, whether his right hand, didn't look like the right hand got in there, so the left one was kind of away from the bag. Just credit St. Francis with a great play.
And Jim, we got to credit one of our own, Kobe Solms, as well as Justin Coleman, being able to get those replays to us from a couple of our great cameras. Thank you guys for that.
Fellas, those are big-time replays. The fact that you got it, the fact that you slowed it down. You can watch Major League Baseball. They don't do it any better than that. Nice job.
Jim, do you got a deep breath in you still?
Well, the Foresters need to get this one in right here. Would be a great time.
1 out. Gustavo shows bunt. That's a strike. 1-1 the count. Jim, Anthony Miller is on the mound for the Cougars. He's got a 7.76 ERA. 0-5 in 16 games played. He started 6 of those. He has 1 save in 26.2 innings and has allowed 41 hits. Jim, the key thing to me as we see the check to McCutcheon at second, against him, he's got a 350 average. If you ask me, this is the guy the Foresters need to do their damage against. Well, Matt Baker, they were able to get 2 off of him. I would have liked more, but this is their guy.
Yeah, the Foresters certainly have an opportunity.
Bunt laid down now. Nagy will think about the throw to second, but holds it instead.
Bonilla with another good patient at bat here. Looking for a pitch he can drive through this infield. The infield is in at the corners. They are deep at second and short. Looking for a double play ball.
2-1 the count. 1 out. Bonilla thinks about the bunt, but pulls it back instead.
Nice job by Bonilla. So many guys, when they get up to bunt, try to bunt it no matter where it's at. If it's not a strike, pull it back. He's done that, and he's worked the count in his favor right here.
Bonilla on the season has a 1.56 average with 3 RBIs. McCutcheon's at second. Miller the pitch. The bunt laid down, but that's foul.
Bonilla with a great opportunity right here. Full count. Tying run at second base. This is good baseball.
See a replay of this bunt laid down, and Bonilla trying to get his bat on that. Full count now. 1 out. And a big pitch here.
I've seen G hit before. He can do it.
A base hit would be ideal. Possibility McCutcheon could do something from second. And Gustavo is going to take another minute here.
Well, the shortstop and second baseman are really pulled close to second, so there's a big hole towards third base. There's a big hole between first and second right now.
First and second, the bigger gap. The high pitch, that's a walk. And Jim, that might be the walk I see get the most claps and cheers ever.
I would agree. Bonilla really worked hard to earn that one, and that ball's way high. Nice job, G.
And Jim, for Gustavo, we're going to see the courtesy runner, number 31, Ryan Hale, the freshman from Danville High School.
We've got the D train. Donovan Clark coming to the plate.
Jim McCutcheon's at second, Hale's at first. Both guys that have wheels. Donovan Clark, he's in the box. A guy, he's got more wheels than I think wheels could have wheels, if that makes sense. But Jim, a guy that can lay down a bunt to the third base line, get those runners to move up, and he's still a guy that can leg that out too.
Speed's real key in this situation.
The first pitch to Donovan. Clark's going to go after it. A high pitch.
Pops out of the catcher's glove there. Runner's unable to advance. The corners are back a little more now, especially at first base. He has moved way back.
Jim, you know, Clark, a smart hitter, he can identify stuff like that really on the snap.
Absolutely.
0-1 the count. 1 out. The pitch to Clark. That's inside, and that's fouled off.
He hits a shot down the third baseline. Just foul. Quick bat for Donovan Clark.
Jim, this is a replay of the steal earlier in the day for Clark. That gave him steal number 28 on the season. But he's looking for a hit now. And Miller's looking for an out. It would be his first out so far. The pitch here, that's outside, and that's a ball.
Great discipline right there to lay off that one.
Jim, so far, Clark on the day, he had a double to right, struck out looking, then had a single to right. So far it's been right field where he's made his money. But I think Clark would take anything right here, and that's going to be a foul.
There's a big hole between first and second, and he looked like he was going for it, trying to go with the pitch. Did a good job to foul that one off. Wow, this is just good baseball right here. Good drama. Exciting part of the game.
Jim, Monday night, 9 o'clock at night, is there any other place you'd rather be than Forest Glen Park with the lights turned on and the stakes 3-2 right now?
Absolutely not. Exciting baseball. Forester baseball at its finest.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Miller on the mound, Clark in the box, the pitch, and Clark fights that outside breaking ball off.
Donovan Clark just continues to get better as a hitter. That's a pitch right there. That's hard to foul that off, and he got it done. Looking for a mistake that he can drive in a big run with.
Miller still looking for that first out. The pitch here to Clark, that's outside.
Wow, and what a great job by Nagy. That ball was destined for the screen and runners moving up, but he did get a hold of it.
We haven't seen a lot of movement from either Hale or McCutcheon out there. Ian McCutcheon, that is, at second.
Clark's worked the count to even from 0-2.
1 out. And Clark's going to ask for a little stoppage here. The senior.
That's a veteran move.
It's all about the mind games, Jim.
You bet. Yogi Berra once said baseball is 90% mental and the other half is physical.
Clark batting .369 right now on the season. The pitch to him. A high fly ball. This one's going to be at the screen. And this one's going to be foul. Jim, up here in the bleachers. I was going to die for that one, Jim. I thought you called me off. I thought I heard it.
I didn't want you to hurt yourself. Next time I'm going to let you go.
You see a replay of this one, and Jim Nagy getting on his high
Look at
horse.
the people getting out of the way. Come on, somebody catch that ball. Charge it. All right, we reset it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Guys on first and second. Clark in the box.
The crowd starting to get behind Clark and the Forsters now. Miller waiting on the mound.
Can feel the electricity in the air.
2-2's the count. 1 out, 2 runners on. Clark in the box. A big swing, and that's a strikeout for Clark. And out number 2 for the Foresters and their bats.
Well, we've got Daniel Lichty coming up right now. This is a guy we love to have up in these kinds of situations. Number 16, leading the Foresters in RBIs in conference play. Looking for another one.
Jim Clark taking that strikeout there. Puts a little bit more pressure on Lichty. And Lichty is a guy that can handle it. The first pitch, this one's right back to Miller. Lichty's gonna try to run it out. The scoop throw, he's gonna get him out. The Cougars get out of this one and let up no runs after what looked like a big inning for them. That's gonna hurt here, but we still got 2 more innings of baseball behind this one, Jim. We'll see what the Cougars can do in the top of the 8th inning. This is FDN Sports.
It's hard not to have faith and be close to God when you're out there hours on end pushing your body to its limits. We try to provide a lot of opportunities for the kids to spend time together in a constructive and meaningful way through study hall groups, devotional series, and then our practices. Huntington University is really unique in the fact that on the cross-country team, we have resources and experience and knowledge that no other NEI school has for sure. I can guarantee that.
Welcome back inside Forest Glen Park, and we're going to take a look at that replay. Lichty running that one out, and close play there, but Lichty called out, and right call there.
Oh, yeah, that's great hustle by Daniel Lichty, but just a fine play by the pitcher, and he got him. Shinneberry comes in once again, pounding the strike zone for strike 1.
Shinneberry going up against the DH Harold Wolf. And so far through 2 pitches, Shinneberry's had his number. Jim, they say Shinneberry's got 5 balls pitched, but I don't remember when I've seen the 5. This one now fouled off.
He just continuing to make good pitches, and looks like Wolf may have tweaked his arm a little bit or something there, but he's going to be back in the box, it looks like.
We're going to see Caden Sullivan, second baseman, and Jacob Nagy, the catcher, following Wolf. The pitch, it's high, and it's a ball. Clock now reads 9:05.
Oh, my. Shinneberry with a backdoor breaking ball.
Beautiful pitcher. We're going to take a look at it, Jim, and Shinneberry he's able to find the strike zone everywhere, it seems like.
He just drops that right in there. Beautiful pitch.
Shinneberry not showing much emotion on the mound, just in there doing his work and getting it done for the Foresters. Pitch here to Sullivan. That one's a ball. 2-0 the count now.
You like to work ahead in the count, but he's been so predictable. I like to see him throw a couple of balls there. Yeah, you're behind in the count, but they need to understand you're not going to throw everything down the middle, which he certainly hasn't thrown it down the middle. That's not my point.
Yeah, we've seen him, Shinneberry able to paint that corner where we haven't seen any of the other pitchers so far today really be able to do. But now a 3-0 hole. That one's high, and they're going to call that a ball.
Now batting the Cougars catcher, number 12, Jacob.
Put Sullivan on
Nagy.
first, and that'll bring up Jacob Nagy, the catcher.
Nagy's had a big day behind the plate so far. for Nagy and the Cougars. And he'll see a ball with his first pitch. Shinneberry struggling on his last 4 now.
St. Francis doesn't run a whole lot.
The pitch to Nagy. He'll check. That's a strike anyway.
Good pitch on the inside corner there from Shinneberry.
Check over on first at Sullivan. Nagy on the season batting .306. But today has not been a good day for him. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Grounded out to second in his last 2 at-bats. Inside pitch here. Bonilla runs for it.
Great
Sullivan's
block.
not going to move at first.
Ryan Sullivan has been successful in 5 out of 6 stolen base attempts in conference play, but again, doesn't run a lot.
2-1 count right now to Nagy. That's going to be a strike. Mason Shinneberry. Old reliable for this squad, Jim.
Yes, he is. He does not walk many, and he does pound that strike zone.
The night is upon us now, Jim. No sunset near us. Just the lights of the field glooming.
That is correct. It is night baseball.
Caden Sullivan on first. Nagy in the hole. And he fouls this one.
Another good pitch by Shinneberry.
Jim, Mason Shinneberry so far this year, 4.96 ERA. But with today, he's lowered that to 4.83. He's got 54 innings pitched and allows a 288 average. But Shinneberry is the guy you want on your squad.
Oh, absolutely. Very valuable pitcher on this team. A lot of talent. Everybody, the crowd quiet, just kind of taking a deep breath right here.
2-2 the count. Runner goes. Bonilla the throw. And he's going to be safe out there. Caden Sullivan able to make the run.
Well, we talked about the fact that Sullivan is 5 out of 6. And he picked the right pitch to go on. It was a breaking ball. Bonilla didn't have a whole lot of chance there.
Bonilla able to snap pretty quick out of that catcher stance. But Jim, you mentioned maybe not the greatest pitch for him. But full count now, 1 out. And a shot out to right field from Nagy. That's going to be fouled.
Another good pitch, low and away from Shinneberry. Been staying away from Nagy, being successful on the outside. We'll see if they try to bust him on the fists to get that strike 3 or stay away.
Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, runner at second. Inside, that's going to be a strikeout.
Shinneberry.
Nagy thought he had a walk. He can walk to the bench instead.
Paints
Mason
the knees.
Shinneberry gets another one.
He just paints that one right at the knees. And that pitch has been called before this evening. That's a strike.
Jim, that one right in there at the line. Beautiful placement, and Nagy was already, halfway down the first base line, but Mason Shinneberry knew it.
That's a huge out for Shinneberry right there. 2 outs now with Tussing stepping in.
Tussing the left fielder. That ball looked like it got away from Gustavo. Kind of hiding it behind his back a little bit, trying to play tricks on Sullivan at second.
I'll tell you, he's a defensive wizard behind that plate. Oh, there's the high cheese.
A big swing there, Jim. No contact, no dice.
I think that's the hot cheddar right there.
Jim, what's your favorite type of cheese?
I'll go with cheddar.
Okay.
Maybe a little jalapeno in it.
Ooh, maybe a little bit too much spice for me, but Mason Shinneberry, talk about the spice. He's got it right now, Jim.
Yes, he does. He hit a spot with that pitch.
1-2 the count for Tussing.
You can tell the crowd's just waiting to erupt. They're looking for this third strike and this third out.
Tussing grounded out to short last time. The pitch to him now.
And there it
That's a strikeout. Mason Shinneberry, yes, sir. Set him up, set him down. That's number 6 on the night for him in relief. The Forster bats, though, are going to be the ones that need to get hot here. Bottom of the 8th inning. We'll be back. This is FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
We're back at Forest Glen Park. Mason Shinneberry has just finished his second inning. You saw it right there, and that's 6 strikeouts in 2 innings for Shinneberry. What a job.
For the Foresters in the bottom of the 8th, the first baseman.
We've got Austin
26,
Pritchard, the first baseman, leading off,
Pritchard.
followed by Adam Rozier, and the Foresters are looking to get this game tied. Bottom of the 8th inning. Anthony Miller on the mound. The first pitch. It's high and away. Ball 1 to Austin Pritchard. 0 for 3 on the evening. He's the 3-hole hitter for the Foresters. He hits a shot into right center. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Pritchard rounding first, digging for second. He's going to be in with a stand-up double. And what a ringing shot that was, Ryan. How about that? Walk us through the replay.
Wow, Jim, what a shot off the crack of the bat. Pritchard, a beautiful hit there. That one out, bouncing out to the warning track. Cale McCowan and Jack Harris having to go back for it. Jim, Pritchard leads this team and doubles this season.
Austin Pritchard with a frozen rope into the gap.
That's number 11 for a double so far this season. Wow. What a shot out there. Looks like something going on out in the bullpen. We're going to get a courtesy runner for him. That's going to be number 24, the freshman pitcher, Gabe Freeman. So Gabe Freeman, we're going to see.
Listen to that crowd. Look at the reception Pritchard's getting from his teammates.
Second base for Huntington, number 24, Gabe Freeman.
Okay, we've got Freeman on second. We've got Adam Rozier, the senior, stepping in to the box. Adam squared to bunt. The infielders are in tight, especially at the corners, but Adam pulled back and looked like he was going to swing away. That's a ball. Ball 1 to Rozier. He squares. And he bunts down the third baseline. It's a good one. He turns and throws. He's out at first base. But Gabe Freeman is into third.
Jim, the key there is moving. Freeman up to third there. Rozier, I thought he was going to be able to leg that one out. He's showing off the speed there.
Okay, we've got one down, and Jake Hansen stepping in.
Now batting the left fielder,
Can we see that replay again? I saw we were arguing. He wasn't on the bag. You see that replay. I think it's going to bear it out.
Jim bringing up Jake Hansen in this situation with Rozier just going down. That's key for this game right now. 1 out.
The infield's in as Hansen takes. Here's the replay. The key is watch all the way to the bag. The throw, and Well, Adam thought he was off there. I couldn't tell for sure. Jake Hansen with a shot to right center.
That's going to be at the warning track. Hansen's going to go to second. Freeman comes home. It's a tie ball game.
The Foresters tie the game on a shot to right center. Oppo by Jake Hansen. Big RBI.
Jake Hansen sending this one back to the warning track. He gave that one all he had. Mikhail McCowan couldn't find that one, and Jim, I see why.
What a shot. The senior comes through with another huge RBI. Jake Hansen, this is your day.
Jake Hansen had a walk his last time up, but that RBI double might be his biggest output of the night so far.
And here's the good news. The Foresters are not done yet. This game is tied. Navi, Drew Natividad stepping in with Hansen at second base. And we're going to have another pinch runner, Ryan.
We're going to see Ryan Hale now, the freshman, pinch run yet again here for Hansen.
Watch the reception here. Jake Hansen gets a hand from all the crowd, and look at his teammates. Look at Coach Thad. Good job, big fella.
Ryan Hale running at second base for
Andrew Natividad. He's going to be in the box as a pinch hitter now. Navi going to pitch hit for Perez. Adrian's struggling a little bit tonight. See if Perez, the senior, can pick it up for him. And a first pitch ball to him. Jim, I asked you earlier if you had a couple deep breaths left. Do you have any more now?
Yes, we do. We got new life now, baby.
Hansen's on second. He's got an RBI double in his back pocket as well. Navi, he's got two balls pitched to him so far with only one out.
Credit Navi, showing the patience and the experience of a senior, a seasoned veteran coming up there, not swinging at the pitcher's pitch, but looking for his own to drive.
Jim, Thad Frame, third base coach for the Foresters. He's staring dead straight at Ryan Hale. He's watching his movement. The pitch inside to Navi. That's another ball.
3-0 the count. The hole gets deeper.
Jim, 3-0. Runner on second, one out. You going for the fence here?
Nah, he's going to take this one.
The pitch
and
inside.
He does it well. Ball four. Drew Natividad with great patience. Here we come with the young guy.
Now that he gets on base with the walk here, you see that pitch inside for him. Satchel Wilson coming back up. A chance for him to redeem himself, Jim.
And Poppy, first of all, Natividad gets congratulations from all his teammates. We've got Poppy Perez back on first base.
We're going to see time called here. We're going to see Harris come in, as well as Gaff, Price, Sullivan, the whole infield coming in to Miller. We're going to talk about what's going to be the situation here in Jim. Ryan Hale, speedster on second. Adrian Perez, the guy that's got some wheels, on first. Satchel Wilson at the plate, a guy who also has some wheels. What's this talk like on the mound right now?
Well, they're just trying to slow the game down for the pitcher, let him get his breath, reset him, get together with what they're going to do defensively out there. But here's the good news for the Foresters. As you said, so well pointed out, Ryan, there's a lot of speed on the bases right now. Put the ball in play. First of all, be patient. When you get your pitch, put it in play hard, and let's just take our chances with that speed on the bases.
Wilson on the season batting .236, 13 RBIs, 2 home runs. And we'll see what he can do here with this at bat. First pitch ball to him. 3-3. It's a tie ball game due to a Jake Hansen double.
Patience and find the one you want. That's the key right here. One spot.
Hale and Perez on the mound. Hale's going to run to third. He's going to get down. The tag, he's going to be out. That's going to be out number 2. And Jim, that's a crushing blow to this momentum for the Foresters.
Yeah, that's a huge pick play right there. Ryan, we executed that down in the Nationals 2 years ago. Caleb came in a similar situation. We picked on the very first pitch, and he got him, got the next out of the inning, and got out of him. But let's see if the Foresters can score here.
This one's a
there's
shot out to right field. McHale's got to go back.
It's back.
It doesn't matter. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's out of here.
Satchel Wilson.
Yes,
Look at the
sir.
Foresters go crazy. Satchel Wilson. Look at him sprint around those bases.
The Foresters lead this one 5-3. Satchel Wilson, number 3 on the season.
Satchel Wilson didn't run around those bases. He floated around those bases. Look at this shot. Opposite field. It's back. It's not playable. See ya.
Jim, that's number 3 on the season for Satchel Wilson, and look at him.
Wilson running the bases, man.
Jim, his hat almost comes off. He's rounding them so quick. What a shot by the freshman.
Ryan, these Foresters just keep coming up big in big situations. What a team.
Wow, a big play. Now a shot out to left field. This one's going to send Tussing back, but he's going to catch that one. Jim, I thought we had another one there.
Well,
I apologize.
We got a little too excited, but listen, so did the crowd. I saw 10 people down the third baseline run up to get a look at it. Everybody thought that was going too, but hey, here's the key. Here's the big thing. Getting ahead in the bottom of the 8th. There's no better time. You take the other team, they turn the game around for them. Now they're coming up, and we're going to.
The Foresters score 3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. They regain the lead 5-3. This is FDN Sports. We'll be back with more.
Welcome back, and there's Satchel Wilson with the shot of the year. The shot heard around Huntington University. What a shot. Here's Satchel just floating around those bases. His feet are barely touching the ground. Rounds third, gets some congratulations from Coach Thad and Watch. He's even got the sports, we didn't see it, but he gave the catcher a little pat on the back, and not in a cocky way, but just in a, man, what a deal. Here we go. Mason Shinneberry on the mound. It's the top of the 9th. Brady Harris, the 9-hitter for St. Francis, leading off. Foresters are leading 5-3, top of the 9th. Shinneberry delivers a strike for the first pitch of the inning. Harris is 0 for 3 on the night. He is the shortstop. Shinneberry deals one in just a little bit low. We even the count at 1-1. Breaking ball a little bit high. We'll go 2-1 here. Shinneberry with the high cheese once again for strike 2 to even the count. Two and 2 count to Harris, leadoff hitter here in the 9th. Oh, fouled off the mask of Bonilla. Count will remain 2-2. Make sure G's all right there. The umpire checking with him. He nods and says, I'm doing fine. 2-2 the count. Shinneberry with the pitch. Oh, my. Wow. It'll be ball 3, 3-2 the count. Shinneberry pours another strike in there. Harris fouls it down the third baseline. Full count to the leadoff hitter, Harris, here in the ninth. Shinny backs off, waits for his left fielder to get set. He's ready to go again. That'll be ball 4, a little bit high. So we have Harris at first base. We've got the leadoff hitter, Mikhail McCowan. Here comes the pitch in, and it's just a little bit high. Mikhail McCowan, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. And we're just about set to go. Shinneberry takes his sign, checks the runner. There's a foul off the glove of Bonilla. Strike 1. We're in the 9th inning of a tight game. Shinneberry takes the sign, throws to first. Runner is back safely. Harris takes his lead. Great job by Bonilla blocking a ball down low. 1-1 the count. Shinneberry ready to make the pitch. There's a foul ball. Lichty with a diving attempt. Just barely out of his reach, but that ball is foul.
Jim, a heater that sent up the third base line there by Mikhail McCowan. We're going to see a look at this one. Even Lichty a little, I won't say too slow to reach up, but Jim, a quick one to him.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is if it's fair, he may have had a shot at it because he is definitely guarding that line.
That's a high foul ball there. Gustavo won't be able to reach. And Jim, 3 runs scored in the bottom of the 8th. We always mention it. You got to put pressure on the opposing team. Coming in the last frame, and there for a minute, I think we were both kind of looking at each other. I won't say worried, Jim, but we were waiting for that big inning.
Well, the Foresters have shown they've got the courage to come from behind. They've done it before. They did it again tonight.
This one out into the gap. Donovan Clark's going to be the first one to reach it in center field. And Mikhail McCowan coming up with a big hit when it matters. He doubled to right his last time up, and he gets a single this time up.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. That's not a bad pitch. The hitter was just strong enough to muscle that one just over the shortstop's head. So it's never easy.
Jim, that now brings up Jack Harris for the Cougars. Jack Harris, the hottest hitter right now. Pritchard's walking up from first. The ball gets away from Gustavo. Runners are now going to move up. Harris to third. Brady Harris, that is. McCowan to second. They move up 1 base in a 2-run ball game with no outs right now for the Cougars.
What a game we've had here this evening. We've had a little bit of everything, and the excitement just continues.
Jim, I might need to make a trip to the ER to check my blood pressure after this one.
Hang in there, big fella.
I don't know about you, but I can tell mine's got to be up there.
Well, if you don't like this, you don't like baseball, and I'm not even sure you're alive because this is excitement.
3-5 the score. A strike there for
Shinneberry
Jack Harris.
Just paints a pitch.
Jack Harris right now is batting .333. He struck out looking last time. And with the 1-2 count, Shinneberry's looking for it again. And he gets it there. Gets him striking out, swinging. Set him up, set him down.
Now that's
yes,
a heater.
Sir.
Watch this one right here. This is just good old country hardball right here. There it is, baby. What a pitch.
Jim, I don't know how fast that was, but that was faster than I want to guess.
There was a little bit of heat on that one, trust me.
That now brings up first baseman Tyler Prince. He's 1 for 3 today, but he scored twice, and he'll foul this first one.
Shinneberry with the heater again. He's got it going.
The infield at normal depth. The outfield about normal depth as well, Jim. 1-1 wow, 0-2 the count now, excuse me.
Shinneberry once again just pouring that heater in there.
Jim, remember, Prince does have a home run in this one. It was a solo shot, but it was the last one that they scored. Now this one's out to center field. Clark's going to go back for it. He's not going to be able to reach it. That's going to hit the warning track. Harris is going to score from third. McCowan's looking to score from second. He does. And the Cougars tie this ball game back up to 5 apiece on a Tyler Prince 2 RBI double. And the Cougars are back breathing in this one. Wow, Jim, that was a shot out. It's 400 to dead center, and that one hit at the bottom of the fence at the warning track. 399 is probably what that one tailored when it hit down. And we're going to see now a pinch runner for Prince out there. It's going to be Tony Bova, the senior from Anderson, Indiana.
Third baseman number 25, Tanner Gaff.
Jim, that'll bring up Tanner Gaff with only 1 out. And a duck in the pond out there on second. 9:33 is now what the time reads of this ball game. And a big swing there. Power versus power. Shinneberry wins the first one.
Yeah, that was another really good heater from Shinneberry right there. Gaff took a big hack.
The Foresters score 3 in the bottom of the 8th. The Cougars get 2 so far. And
Great
Gaff
pitch.
is looking for more with that big swing, but Mason Shinneberry has the stuff. Jim, it's all about what card he's going to pull out of the deck this time. And if I got money on it, Shinneberry's the guy I'm betting on. 0-2 the pitch.
He
The
rang him out.
strikeout! Just like a dish towel, Jim, he rang him out there. Tanner Gaff, take a seat.
What a
Jim, take
pitch
me through
right
this.
here. Oh, it's just a heater right there, baby. Right painted on the corner, and Gaff knew it.
DH Harold Wolf.
Jim, I think my breathing has become a little bit more readily here. Harold Wolf, the DH, who's 0 for 2 in the box. He'll look at the first one that looked good.
It's a really good pitch by Shinneberry right there. Didn't get the benefit of that call.
The Cougars right now are batting .250 in this ball game. The Foresters .259.
Another heater up high from Shinneberry.
Foul tip. That'll be called a strike.
Yeah, Gustavo hung on that one.
Bova's out there at second base. Wolf, the DH, looking at a 1-1 count. That's outside. And that's a good pitch to see if Wolf will chase on.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good pitch by Shinneberry. Barely misses, staying away.
Pitch here. That's a big swing. No dice there for Harold Wolf. And he'll get another opportunity on this pitch.
Another good fastball from Shinneberry, just up and away. In the zone. Hard to hit.
2-2 the count. 2 outs.
There it is
Pitch!
again.
Mason Shinneberry, have yourself a game, sir. Wow, Shinneberry has been dominant. He's got 9 strikeouts so far. Jim, we got a tie ball game. Bottom of the 9th. We'll see what can happen here. The Forster bats, they're going to need to be hot. Gustavo's up, and the top of the order follows. This is FDN Sports. welcome back here. Ryan Lockhart with Jim Landrum. And Jim, we're going to take a look at that big strikeout. Mason Shinneberry's got 9 right now on the mound, Jim.
Yeah,
2 walks and 3 hits in 3 innings.
When he's spotting that fastball where he wants it, he's just plain overpowering right now. That was just a great pitch to get the Foresters out of that inning. And now we have the opportunity we're looking for one more time.
We're going to look at a couple strikeouts here from Shinneberry so far tonight. And he's been dealing all night long here. We see a strikeout there. Jim, it's been the high fastball, the low fastball, the low breaking ball. It's all been good for Shinneberry tonight.
Yeah, he's
just
really
keeps putting those tools in the toolbox.
He's really spotting, and right now the Foresters' order of business is to put one up. One only is what's needed. Bonilla leading off for the Foresters.
Bonilla's been rather quiet with his bat tonight. He'll show bunt on this first one, but he'll pull back, but a strike nevertheless. He walked in the 7th inning, and a leadoff walk here would be key with Donovan Clark up behind him. High pitcher, that's a ball. 1-1 the count for the leadoff Bonilla.
Definitely need to work the count here.
Pitch to Bonilla, that's outside. And now Miller, he's struggling finding that strike zone.
Good eye. Bonilla with a great approach here at the plate. Leading off the bottom of the 9th.
The pitch from Miller, that's low, but that's a strike. Bonilla gonna give a couple looks to the ump. That now runs it to a 2-2 count. And the bottom of the 9th. Bonilla's the leadoff here. The pitch, that's inside. Full count now.
When both sides are disappointed in the calls, it gets interesting. Here we go, full count. It all happens right here.
Anthony Miller, pitch number 32. This one, Bonilla got a hold on that. But that's a high foul ball.
That's a good hang by Bonilla right there.
Jim, so far tonight, we take a look at this replay. Bonilla, a good job, because that's probably a strike if he doesn't swing at that one. Now the pitch here. That's low. Bonilla's going to draw another walk here. Jim, I said last time I thought that was the most applause I've ever seen for a walk. That one might match it there.
Just keeps getting louder, doesn't it? Well, great job by Bonilla. Once again, he works a walk. He earned that one.
Running at first base for Huntington.
Jim, we're going to see a courtesy runner. It's going to be Nick Davitt, number 33, the sophomore. We've seen Ryan Hale come up a couple times. Now Davitt getting his approach. And Jim, Davitt's a guy we really haven't seen a lot of here recently.
Yeah, that's true. And Coach Frames using all the pieces tonight. The infield is in. The first baseman is holding the runner, but the third baseman is tight with Clark at the plate.
Clark lays down a bump, but that kicks foul. And Jim, with Gaff coming in so far on third base, you got to think if Clark can get one over his head out there. There's just so many big opportunities right now here for the Foresters.
Yeah, most likely a bunt down the first baseline is what's called for here.
No outs, 1 strike. That's a high pitch there.
Oh, nice job by Clark to pull back on that one. He'll take that for a ball.
1-1 the count now.
The D-train, Donovan Clark, looking to get it done right here for the Foresters.
Jim Clark struck out swinging his last time, but it was a battle with Miller. He's looking to bunt now. An outside pitch there, and Miller looks like he's trying to pitch away from that bunt, and that's what's got him to 2 balls right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. As a pitcher, you really just want to let them bunt the baseball, because if they're giving you out, you like to take it. But who knows? They may turn him loose.
2-1 the count. Gaff playing kickball bunt territory out here. A strike here for Clark. And a 2-2 count now. And Clark will look at Thad Frame for the call. Daniel Lichty's up behind him. Bottom of the 9th inning. 5-5 tie ball game. Runner on first.
High drama.
Jim, they can't even write these in baseball books. 2-2 the count, the pitch. And Clark fouls it.
Donovan Clark with a good rip at that one. He was right on it, Ryan. Fouled it straight back. Deke Train getting a lot of encouragement from his teammates. He's been a hot hitter. This would be a great spot for another one.
Jim, you see pinstripes all over the dugout right now for the Foresters. 2-2 the count still. No outs. And Miller's going to look over at first. Nick Davitt over there on first base. Davitt's 1 for 2 in stolen bases. The pitch, the swing, and that's another strikeout for Donovan Clark. Anthony Miller's got 2 strikeouts on Clark so far tonight. He's had his number.
Well, that was a great pitch right there. That's a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Oh, actually it wasn't. It was a fastball. Good pitch. Painted it.
Jim, you know who?
Daniel Lichty.
You know who Miller hasn't had the number for so far tonight?
Who would that be?
Daniel Lichty, number 16, the junior.
Interesting point.
Lichty's been hot. A breaking ball that falls ball there, excuse me. The speedster, Nick Davitt on first.
Daniel with good plate discipline there, looking to barrel one up. Short porch is in right field, you know.
305 to right field. A high fastball there. 320 to left and 400 to dead straight center.
Daniel Lichty is a great gap hitter, but he can also pull the ball on occasion.
Jim, the next run that touches home plate will win it. Potentially for the Foresters. An outside fastball, that's a strike for Miller.
Great pitch by Miller right there, just painting the outside corner. And Lichty doing great not to swing at that one. It was a strike. It wasn't his strike. He's looking for his pitch. Something to drive.
Jim Lichty, switch hitter. He's found that right side of the plate more comfortable. The left side, excuse me. Another strike there. Now that's a 2-2 count. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, Lichty's certainly going to win this matchup most times, so we'll see how it happens right here.
Davitt takes a lead. Lichty a big swing at a low breaking ball, and that's another strikeout for the Foresters. And that brings up number 26, Austin Pritchard.
Well, let's give Miller credit. He is pitching well beyond what he has done so far this year.
And after Gustavo got to first on a walk and Nick Davitt replacing him, these Forester bats are now quiet. They had 3 runs in the last inning, excuse me. But Miller keeping them quiet. And Jim, need we flash back to that Marion ball game where our man Austin Pritchard hit a grand slam over, as you like to call it, the short porch in right field. Jim, that was by far one of my favorite calls of any ball game.
That was a lot of fun.
Would it be any more fitting for Pritchard to be able to end this one? He'll watch a strike there for a 1-1 count.
Well, he's certainly got the capability. He drove the ball last time up. He could do it again.
Jim Pritchard on the season has 18 RBIs, a 473 slugging percentage, and a 365 on-base percentage.
Definitely one of the guys the Foresters won up right here.
Look over to Davitt at first. Pritchard's going to realign himself now. Roser is up behind him.
What a great battle this has been.
There are 2 outs, though. So far today, Pritchard has 2 flyouts and a double to center. An inside pitch for a strike there. A very generous call for Anthony Miller on the mound.
Yeah, Miller definitely not pitching like a guy with the ERA that he's shown so far. He's pitched well. Let's see if Pritchard can solve the puzzle.
Center fielder Jack Harris. Well right out there in center field. Davitt runs. Shot up here to left field. This one's going to be back. It's at the warning track. Davitt's going to round third. Jim, that's ball game. Davitt's going to cross.
Austin Pritchard does it again. Austin Pritchard with an opposite field shot to the wall. It's a walk-off, and look at the Foresters celebrate.
Wow, 6-5, Austin Pritchard. Jim, the whole outfield shifted right. Pritchard did not care. He sent that one to the warning track in left field, and he wins another one for the Foresters. Walk-off, single RBI, Austin Pritchard, ball game, Foresters win.
This one belongs to the Foresters. Look at Pritchard, opposite field, goes with the pitch. What a great piece of hitting. The left fielder never had a chance.
Wow. That one falling out there before Tussing could get to it. And Jim, the Foresters, they'll get the series sweep. We're going to look at this again. Jim, go ahead and
Well, again,
wow.
You got the team shaking in, but look at this. Look at this hitting right here. Well, let's just look at the celebration. I love that. You bet. Look at these guys. Look at these guys go after it. Austin Pritchard with a hero's welcome, and well-deserved. Austin Pritchard, this is your day.
Jim, the Foresters coming back from break Monday, Easter break, a big weekend. They played 2 versus St. Francis, won them both. Got the win today, win this series. And wow, Jim, we're going to take a look at this once again. A big play, you talked about it. The whole outfield shifted right, and Austin Pritchard says, I'll go the opposite way, where Tussing's not at. You see Davitt, just the celebration, the whole team, crowd in the field.
Oh, my.
We're going to go ahead and take you through some final game stats here.
Here's one thing. This Forester team does not quit. They're hard to beat, and they have come back so many times. One more time.
Jim, starting it off, St. Francis got on the board early with 2. They were able to keep the lead until about the 8th inning where the Foresters got 3, but then come back to tie it up in the top of the 9th inning. But Austin Pritchard, he called game on it. A shot out to left field. Nobody was out there. And now for some final game stats here. As far as the pitchers go, Brent Turner having himself a good game with 3 strikeouts, but Mason Shinneberry, the man that'll get the win tonight. 3 innings pitched, only 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks. Jim, a phenomenal 9 strikeouts. Jim, he faced 12 batters, Jim. He struck all but 3 of them out. What more can you ask of a guy like Mason Shinneberry?
He's just a huge, huge part of this baseball team. What a job. Hats off to Shinneberry. Hats off to Jake Hansen, who had a tying hit. Hats off to Satchel Wilson with the big 2-run homer. And then Austin Pritchard just finishes it. Everybody on this team is a hero tonight, but none bigger than those 3 guys. And Shinneberry, those 4 guys.
Jim, we talk about the team effort it takes. The Foresters day in and day out get it. Donovan Clark, 2 for 5 on the day with 2 runs scored. Austin Pritchard, 2 for 5 as well with 2 RBIs for him. Jake Hansen, 1 for 3, 1 RBI, that big RBI. Satchel Wilson, the home run, he was 1 for 3 with 1 run scored, but 2 RBIs. And Jim, maybe no hit bigger than the one here by Pritchard. We're going to see a look at a bunch of highlights we had today. The Foresters playing phenomenal, Jim. We talked about they struggled at times in this ball game, but were able to ground it out. What was your biggest takeaway as far as strengths go for today for the Foresters?
Well, I'll tell you what my biggest takeaway for strength is. It's clear. It's courage. It's calm under pressure. This Forester baseball team just refuses to give up. And that's what won this game, is the heart that they showed as a team.
Jim, a big day for the Foresters. The pitching staff able to get it done. Early on struggled, but able to come back and get the ball game.
Ryan, I like what you pointed out there, because this team's about picking each other up.
Yeah.
Okay? When somebody makes a mistake or something that doesn't go well for the team, somebody else steps up and says, don't worry about it, I got your back. And that's how you win baseball games.
The Foresters on the day as a team bat 267, the Cougars 242, but it wasn't enough to uphail the Foresters. 5-6, excuse me. The Foresters win this ball game. St. Francis, they'll drop to 13-32 on the season, 7-15, and the Foresters, Jim, it's looking even better for them. They're now 22-11 on the season, 18, and 6 in conference now.
Ryan, here's the situation. Our magic number is 1, okay? Just keep playing baseball. Don't change anything. Do what got you here. Keep it simple, right?
Jim, I got to apologize to the guys. They're 24-11 on the season, 17-6 in conference. That moves us a game up even more. We had the 2-game lead on St. Francis, or on Mount Vernon coming into the day. This win will stretch it even more. Jim, for the whole crew here, we got to thank them. Austin, Kobe, Carson Watkins, all our camera ops out here. Adam Widener, as well as Lance Clark, and our director, Justin Coleman, potentially his last broadcast here. It's been a long time coming, Jim, and it's going to be a long time after he's gone that we're going to have to try to replace him.
One more thing we need to do here, and that's tip our caps to the coaching staff. Coach Frame, Coach Abbott, all the assistant coaches, they set the tone for this team. It starts at the top, quality coaching, quality players. Keep doing what you're doing, fellas.
6-5 is the final score of this one. The Foresters are victorious. They'll see Iwu up this next weekend. Jim, we're going to be looking forward to that series, and conference tournament starts after that. The best time of the year for baseball. The MLB playoffs are going as well. For my partner, Jim Landrum, I'm Ryan Lockhart. We had fun on the call tonight, and I hope you can join us for the next one. 6-5, the Foresters win. Join us next time. This is FDN Sports.